We have nothing else to talk about. Sorry, guys. The only one ahead.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you can hear us.
Hello.
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 Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Let's just make sure. Obviously, they are picking up the
Good evening,
sound
everyone.
for this, and be able to hear everybody.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Wow, so many different beards on stream. Everything is
Oh,
fine.
yeah. You can make a poll on which one looks the best.
Yeah. Let's have a vote. Who's got the best beard?
Who's got the best
Who
beard?
does the polls? Is Quartz there?
And that would be a great way. That would be a great way to start it off.
Where's the Q man? Is he in chat?
He will be. He's always there. So welcome, guys. Welcome everybody from chat as well, and everybody watching on YouTube. We are here for an episode 8 of podcast Desu. As always, I'm your host, Neon Desu. We have Paul Desu, Demon Desu, Paul Desu, and Loon Desu as well here for another episode. I just want to start off this episode with just a little bit of a disclaimer of sorts, a little just 5-minute intro. Just to say that this episode came around for, really, really rather quickly. This episode is literally within 48 hours, well, shorter than 48 hours, it came to be. Now, this episode came to be in a very, very, like I said, spicy topic. Are two very opinionated individuals that like to get their point across. So I thought it was a good idea, but I was like, oh, guys, that's golden. I really want to talk about some of this stuff. And so this episode is now a thing. But what I want to do, and I want to point out, is this episode is not going to be very informative. It is very much going to be an opinionated episode, this one. So if you're looking for like sort of new info and stuff, which we will talk about, but like I said, under 48 hours, very, very rushed. So there's going to be a lot of us talking about more about how we feel and getting our points across in this episode than probably episodes in the past. So just bear that in mind. Also, one thing I do want to say as well, that obviously we are all here all together because of Babymetal. No matter what you think of everybody else or the people in chat or the people on YouTube who may see this, we're all here because we all love Babymetal. There is no right or wrong way for your opinion on how you view the band. At the end of the day, we all love them. So if anybody does have an opinion that's vastly different to you, please, I ask, do not berate them. Don't be mean. Remember, no bullying forever. Okay.
IDZ bitches.
IDZ. It is very much for fun. This, okay, more than anything, and I like the fact that people have different opinions about what Babymetal should do. So with that bearing in mind and that out the way, let us go. Obviously, my Guests Loon's been not been in for a while. Demon has not been here since episode 2, I believe. Was it? So it's been
no, more like 3 or 4.
Was it 3 or 4?
Yeah.
It has been a while. Episode 3 was.
It has been
a considerable amount of time. So we're almost into double figures now. Who would have funked it? Who would have funked it? So how has the life of Demon been since the last episode? What have you been doing, Babymetal related as well?
I mean, there's nothing much to do. I mean, when it comes to Babymetal, it's just like looping on the BM chords and having different opinions and having debates and just there's nothing else to do, right? Like there's no concert. We're all waiting for this thing to be over, so we can finally go back to see them. or they can come back to us,
Yeah.
like in Europe and the US. But yeah, that's about it.
I think one of us predicted on our podcast a couple of episodes back that we think a couple of us thought it would be the back end of 2021 where we might see some tours and stuff like that. I'm going to change my opinion now, and I don't think it's going to be till 2022 until we probably see the girls back in Europe at this point.
Like, speaking of shows, it's almost a year since Legend Metal Galaxy, which would have done their last big show in an arena in Japan. That's almost a year ago now, so it's kind of a sad anniversary. It's been a year since they've had thousands of fans moshing and having a great time and not caring about COVID and all that stuff, just carefree fun. We haven't had that for for a long time now, and it's kind of we want to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We want to get back to shows and get back to having fun, and hopefully it's not too long.
Yeah. What about you, Loon? How have you been dealing with the spare time of Babymetal?
Well, I've been killing my time arguing with Demon and putting up with Paul's shit jokes.
So, oh god, putting up with Paul's crap
pretty
jokes
much every day,
Sounds like fun though. Sounds like fun.
Oh, he must have died and gone to hell. Oh no, dealing with Paul's jokes every day. Oh, I feel for you.
Yeah, it's bad.
It is. Well, he's not too bad. He's not too bad.
On,
he makes me laugh sometimes. So yeah, there's been, like I said, there has been some stuff. Obviously, we've had the Legend 10 album as well. That I know, obviously, a lot of you guys haven't been on to talk about, with the exception of Paul, who talked about it a little bit last episode. What was Loon and Demon's opinions about that sort of album drop? Was it as hyped as you was hoping it was? Disappointment maybe, or is it something you kind of maybe foreseen was gonna happen? Who should we start with?
Go Loon, please.
Go on, Loon.
Right,
Do it, Luke.
go on. Yeah. So much hype for so little. That's all I've got. I was considering it was their 10th anniversary and all the stuff that could have happened, and we got 10 versions of the same 10 songs, and yeah, no, it could have been a lot more. So I was kind of disappointed with it, but it is what it is. Look at the bright side. I got the songs in 24-bit audio, which I didn't have before. I've got the videos in Blu-ray quality, which I didn't have before. But aside from that, yeah, it was disappointing. We'll see what the Budokan shows bring. But
Oh, I'm going to touch on the Budokan shows in a bit. What was your reception to the 10th anniversary album, Demon?
Pretty much the same, but what can I say? Like, it felt like it was a 10th anniversary, but just for the one fans, not for every fan. It felt like if you weren't the one member, you weren't participating in the birthday. You just felt left out, and I feel like that's. I mean, at the end of the day, like, what we have a few good interviews. If we count the TV appearances and stuff, like, it's okay. It's we have some kind of cool stuff, But if it wasn't for, I mean, piracy, maybe. let's just say how it is. Like, if it wasn't for it, like, I couldn't.
Panic.
There is nothing I could see, as a casual fan, there's nothing for me. There's nothing for a casual fan.
Yeah.
And
that's
I feel that's a letdown a bit.
Is that down to just content in general, or is that down to the one fans? Like, is that something now? Maybe
a
the
good
band...
point. I mean, like, I remember the one, like, I was able to order the the, I guess, the special versions that had the the flag and the Karuta card game and all the other little cool bits and bobs, Chronicle DVD and best songs, and that was kind of cool. It was a nice little package that came together, but it was for the one, and it could only be ordered from Japan, so it wasn't very accessible. it was really only accessible to, I guess, members of the one, and I guess those that were willing to pay, I guess, for an overpriced box set with a bunch of little gifts and trinkets in it. So, it wasn't very open to everybody. Demon makes it a good point. The 10th anniversary was kind of for the one. There wasn't really anything that was there for the more casual fan, shall we say, or someone who's not a member of the one. So
is that a hindrance now? Do you think? Are we ever going to get to the point maybe where maybe the one stops the casual fans from enjoying it, Babymetal as much as it could be enjoyed?
Possibly, like if
we're
someone
already at that
continually
stage for
feels
some.
excluded from something, they're going to get disillusioned with it and maybe move on to something else. So I think they need to, I suppose, work for the one fans, who are probably their biggest contributors and probably what they consider to be their most important fans. But they also need to, I guess, give something to the casual fans, because those are the people who fill up the venues on tour, and those people are just as important as the fans. They that make Babymetal grow. If you don't grow, you eventually stagnate and then you disappear. So I think they need to keep growing. They need to keep the more casual fans happy, and if they keep excluding people, it's not going to be it's not going to be good in the long run, shall we say, for the band and for their reach overseas and growing their fan base. So
Yeah, no, for sure. Touching on Budokan is something I want to do. Again, I just want to say that obviously, as you guys know, for my YouTube channel, what I'm most known for Babymetal is obviously reaction stuff. So I avoid new content like the plague until I can get my hands on it to do that primary thing that I'm known for. So when it comes into obviously Budokan, I know that you guys have been looking up the information. I have no knowledge pretty much of what's gone down. That's by choice. I do see snippets. Obviously, being having a Discord full of Babymetal fans, it's hard sometimes not to spot something and go ooh. But the hardest thing is obviously the temptation to click on everything those guys say and read it all. But obviously, what is happening with Budokan then? What is the situation? Because we have seen pictures, we have seen obviously cameras of what is supposedly a pro shot or something probably going to happen, I imagine.
Yeah.
How do you see plans for that working out?
Yeah. So they've done 2 shows so far. It's been with the reduced crowd, I think half capacity. There's very strict rules and regulations in terms of like distancing, and there's a mask that you get before you go in as part of the ticket at the Savior mask, I think it's called. But yeah, people have been going in there, and like there's a spare seat in between people, and
Lewd.
they've just been kind of told to like just stand there, sit there, and watch a show. But people are singing along, they are shouting. They're, I guess, not 100% complying with the rules, but rules and metal don't really go together, so you have to bend them a little bit, you have to, so well, people like the shows seem to be fantastic. The stage, the setup is absolutely amazing. It's definitely a shout out to Budokan, the original Budokan, and I think a little bit of a shout out to Tokyo Dome as well. It's kind of a cross between the two. They've gone with that theme. The stage is fantastic. Sue, Moa, Momoko. And good set list, decent length, good songs.
It's something I want to get into.
Yeah,
obviously,
all positive.
For all this effort and stuff like that's gone into, I'm going to make either Demon or Loon answer this one. Is this something that could have been like? Obviously, sorry, I'm going to start again there. A lot of bands have obviously had scheduled shows at Budokan. A lot of them, pretty much like I think it's like 70% have cancelled due to the stuff that's gone on over there.
Yeah.
With a set of half fans in the stadium and all the effort that they've been putting into this Budokan, presumably I imagine for the pro shots, the reason why they've gone ahead with it more than the fans.
Yep.
Is this something that they could have waited? So I'm
definitely.
I'm gonna let Loon answer this one.
Absolutely, it could have waited. I didn't get why they went ahead with it. Even groups in February, like Bandmade in February, have cancelled theirs already. It's done. They're going to do a live stream instead, which is great. Everyone can buy it. Babymetal, though, pushing ahead with half capacity audiences who are all wearing 2 masks, and they're not allowed to sing, and they're not allowed to cheer, and they're not allowed to be in contact with each other. What's the point? You did it as well, just hiring a small venue, putting on your tour performance with cameras, and let everybody buy it. Save the big shows for later on, when things have hopefully eased off a bit and people have started getting vaccinated and can travel again. Just doing this for a few thousand Japanese fans and nobody else just seems pointless to me.
Yeah.
But then most things Babymetal do nowadays seems pointless to me.
Oh, we're gonna get into that in a bit. Demon, what about you, man? What are your thoughts on Budokan? Is this something that, like, again, could have waited?
I think it would have been better to just live stream it. Like they could have just done that. If the crowd has to shut up and not move and not dance or whatever, then why even have an audience at all? You know, it's they all Koba already used, like, fake backtracks of people chanting and stuff, so they could have done that. At the same time, I don't know, maybe I'm not in their mind. I don't know what the girls think, or what. Maybe even Sue and Moa pushed for it. I don't know. Because they want to be back with their, on stage with real crowds and stuff like that. Maybe. I know that. I mean, COVID in Japan is not the same as the rest of the world as well. So they may have like a different perspective on the pandemic. At the same time, when it started to the third wave really hit Japan hard, so they could have just canceled like some others have, but I have no idea about the numbers, but I think like maybe like I know some bands have canceled, some haven't. So I mean, it's a gray area, and no, but really, I think they could have waited and they could have just live streamed it, and it would be all the same. It would be even better, because then you could really have the anniversary with all the casual fans, buy your ticket to see the show live on high quality. That would have been great. That's what they should have done, I think.
So,
I agree with Damon. Damon, he makes good points there. I think Sue and Moa definitely want to get back on stage, so I don't know how much influence they had in the shows going ahead, but from all reports where like they were smiling throughout the performance, and they absolutely loved it. They were so happy to be back on stage. So that's one thing. I agree with the guys. It didn't have to happen. Maybe they could have postponed and done it later. Maybe there should have been a live stream, but I guess it was going to go ahead. There was nothing we could really do about it. So
a live stream show seems to be something.
Be okay,
A live stream show seems to be something Amuse seems to not want to do. Massively.
Well, that's not true.
With Babymetal.
They've done it with pretty much every artist. Yeah. It's only
Babymetal where we're not getting a streamed show.
It's probably a decision by Koba rather than Amuse. Because as Loon kind of touched on there, all the other groups have done that Amuse have done, like live streams and stuff. Babymetal did a live stream, but it was stupid expensive and really exclusive. So,
and not live.
That wasn't really.
And not live.
And not live.
It was definitely pre-recorded, and so I don't know.
But on the reverse of that, you could definitely say that that Babymetal have got, like I said, the Budokan experience. You've got cameras. I totally think that there's some content, something.
Oh yeah, there's going to be 10 shows recorded and put in a big box set and sold for a fortune online to the one only. And
don't give Cobra ideas.
I think it'd be like the Big Fox Festival box set, wasn't there? Like 10 DVDs from all the different shows, and then Big Fox. So I think it could be something like that.
So
excuse me while I change headphones. These ones keep falling out.
not a problem. Which kind of obviously Budokan is my segue into the debate of why we're here, and probably the debate of why there's people in chat like eagerly munching on their popcorn and drink, and they're like this on their screen now. Oh yeah. Go on. Budokan again, the third girl. there, or the big debate that we want to talk about is Momoko. She was there again. Well, she had to be there because let's face it, all the other girls are currently doing stuff.
Yeah. She's the one.
She's the one, which leads into our debate of obviously having a whether or not it's time for a permanent third member. And again, I just want to segue onto, again, this is purely opinionated speculation. It's a little bit of fun. There is no right or wrong way to do this. At the end of the day, if they're a duo, they're a third member, they continue with 3 new Avengers. No matter what way it happens in the future, I'm sure all 4 of us will support and love that no matter what. But that doesn't stop us from wanting to see our preferred way forward for the band. So I just want to touch on that, by the way. Okay, this is not us saying that Babymetal needs to do a particular thing. This is us just saying, you know, what we'd like to see more than anything. Before we go on to this is why I'm saying that this episode's more opinionated probably than any other episode that we've done so far. I'm gonna let Demon. We're going around. I'll let Loon speak first. The last one. I'm gonna let Demon speak on this one. It was him who was sat there in the chat going, "God damn it! If only I could have a video and a face somehow and some type of platform to voice my opinion. And then this is when I come out of nowhere like, podcast, boom, and here we are. So go on, Demon. Change our minds.
So I don't really know where to start, but because like it's more a question of me asking people why do they want a permanent member rather than me saying they shouldn't have one. So I'd rather be like answering to people like, why do you think it's better? Because I don't really have I still, when I'm thinking about it, I don't know where it's better, where the benefits are, because like in my opinion, like most benefits that they would have with a permanent member, they can have it anyway with an Avenger. It's all the same. And I'll just start by saying this because we talked about it before, but maybe Momoko doesn't want to be a permanent member, first of all. We've discussed about the video where she says she wants to be a support dancer and not necessarily like a front runner of a band or whatever. But maybe she doesn't want to be a permanent member with Babymetal. I think maybe in a few years, because she's still young, right? Maybe she will want to do her own thing, and maybe she doesn't want to tie herself down. Just the way Rio did, like she right? I haven't followed too much, but I know she signed with another company, and I know she's gonna like do something else. But I'm pretty sure Rio enjoyed her experience with Babymetal. Pretty sure she loved like being on tour and having such big crowds and happy people around her and stuff like that, and being back in the groove. But maybe, in my opinion, like, okay, Yui is gone. It's not about Yui, but I don't see anyone like just coming on and being their equal. First of all, like it's like I try to imagine like in a few years when maybe Moa is gone and then Sue is gone, then you can just have other girls replace them and like. I mean, I'm not gonna be a fan of that. Like when Sue leaves, it's over.
When Sue's done, Babymetal.
And I have the same thought process with Yui. It's like she's the OG, and to me, she like she worked her ass off to get Babymetal from like nothing to what it is. And yes, I'm absolutely astonished by the work ethic and what Momoko brought. You know, she was there. She performed so well, and I loved seeing her. But I mean, if I don't see any benefit to adding her as a permanent member, then why would you have one? And I think one of the arguments for just keeping the system they have now is that, like we discussed before, like flexibility. Like, I mean, yeah, I said before, but Momoko is young, all right? And maybe she signs, like, they introduce her as the permanent member, and in 2 years, like I'm touching wood. I don't want anything bad to happen to her or anyone. But imagine like she injures herself, or she decides it's not for her anymore. She can't keep
Yeah.
up. She wants to do something else, and then what? You just bring another one, and you make another one permanent member, and it just becomes another idol group. And I don't think baby metal works in the same ways of every idol group there is. Like I was thinking of Nizu, you know,
Yeah.
it's not like they've worked their way up from nothing to huge stardom like Babymetal did. Like in this you could just replace a member and nobody cares. I mean, some will for like 2 months and then they'll
Yeah.
like the new one. But I don't think it works for Babymetal like this, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'll just let you because I've said a lot of things and I have a lot more to say, but I'll just let others talk a bit and maybe see if they have some comeback, and then we can continue like this. But
Yeah.
I'll let Loon take the response for this one because I know he'll want to get a few
Okay.
words in before we hear from Paul. Oh, his sound's gone.
Oh, we
I,
got an
I, I
audio
don't.
problem.
Your mic's gone, dude. There's no sound.
We don't hear you.
We don't hear you.
I think he changed his headphones.
He
and
did, I think, yeah, he
the
might
new
have
ones
changed his
don't work.
headset and not changed his mic
His,
output.
yeah. Should I go next while we're waiting?
Yeah, go on.
for-
You might. Yeah, go on. Then. Go on.
So yeah, I would be in favor of Momoko becoming a full member if she wants to. I think that's an important point to add. Like Demon said, she may not want to do this, but if she wants to, I think it makes sense. You know, I looked up the numbers and she's done 36 shows for Babymetal, and she's done the last 17 straight in a row. So I mean, it kind of feels like she is a member of the group now, and you know, I think it makes sense for her to you know to join the group and maybe you have some singing parts and appear in magazines and interviews. I also think if you have a duo again like you had with Black Baby Metal, you like open up the opportunity for Momoko and Moa to have a duo and do their own songs. And we actually spoke about it on the last podcast that the Black Baby Metal songs, they opened up an opportunity for Suzuka to do her solos because Sue could rest while Black Baby Metal was on, and Black Baby Metal could rest while Sue was doing her solos. So if you have a full third member and they can do their own songs, then Sue can do her solos, and the fans love the Sue solos, and fans love longer shows. I mean, one of the biggest complaints people have had over the last few years is that, well, the shows are too short. It's 1 hour.
Yeah.
But like the shows used to be much longer, maybe because you had, a bit of downtime for the girls during the show, and you had some kami band solos. So maybe we get longer shows. Maybe we get Moa getting more involved with vocals because she has a partner again, and maybe we get Sue solos. So I think there's a lot of benefits to it. And if Momoko wants to be a permanent third member, I think it makes sense, and I would support it 100%.
Yeah.
I just want to say before Loon gets in, I don't know if your mic works now, Loon.
No, still still
Still
technical
doesn't.
problems, still nothing.
So I'm gonna
I
take
think you
over
need
that
to go
point.
back to your. I think you need to go back to your old headphones, Loon. The new ones are not doing the trick.
So
we want to hear your opinions on this.
I want
Right.
to, like I said, I want to.
Why? Yeah, go ahead.
So I want to, yeah, and I just want to interject as well a little bit there.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'm very much in the boat of I would like to see a permanent member. Personally, I don't. What girl it was out of the three to me didn't matter. I'm gonna take a very logical point of view from this, and I'm gonna say that I feel like a third band member would be good for the band itself. And I mean that in a dancing choreography. I mean that in a song kind of way. I see it from that perspective. I see it as I feel like the band just would be an improvement from that, regardless of girl. And there's many reasons why I think that. Touching on back onto what Paul said, you could do something like Black Baby Metal. It doesn't have to be Black Baby Metal. It could be completely.
It would be something different.
It can be something different.
Black Baby Metal is Yui and Moa, and that needs to be, I think, respected.
maybe it can
Like
just
they
die.
can have another duo, but I think they should kind of leave Black Baby Metal as part of BM history, but
I know. I
you know,
definitely think
should
they could.
maybe have
I definitely
another
think
type
they
of
could bring
duo.
back Baby Metal, but I think if they were going to do that, then you just don't bring back Wandari
Yeah.
or anything like that. Like
Yeah,
those
I
songs
think
need to
maybe
those songs need to
have a
retire.
duo, but like call it something else, just to kind of
Yeah.
not kind of step on the history of Black Baby Metal, which is important to the fans. So
I feel like as well artistically that that is a very, very good choice. There's a reason why the Avengers are there in the first place, and that reason is because, like I said, again, aesthetically pleasing, having 3 girls on stage to the 2.
yeah, they want to have 3.
Three's the magic number. 3 looks good. It makes sense. It's there for the lore. The choreography looks a hell of a lot better when Mo is dancing next to somebody else. That was the whole reason the Avengers were drafted in the first place. Was to fill that spot, because they tried it with 2, and it not saying it wasn't great, but it's not as good as 3. Like you know,
Like Corbin Dallas had a good point, saying that a third member will only be accepted if Yui hand over the reins herself. So I had this thought experiment that actually, yeah, if you had some kind of Yui passing down the crown, I was gonna say, but yeah, the torch, and it was like all theatrical, with like the Fox God is passing the, you now have to be what Yui was and stuff like that. Maybe it'd be easier for me to accept it, but
yeah, they could do like a ceremonial thing, like make it part of the show, make it part of the choreography.
I think with that I would be okay, like from the get go. But like the way it is going right now, it's harder for me.
I feel like that's probably out of the realms of possibility.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. I feel like Yui and Babymetal are done now.
Yeah, I think they're done as well.
Yeah, I think there's reasons behind that, whether or not Yui doesn't want to come back or Amuse doesn't want to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're done. So it's not about like wanting Yui back anymore. But regarding, I just wanted to say something about regarding if Momoko wants, actually, because I said if maybe Momoko doesn't want to be part of Babymetal, like core member. Maybe she doesn't want to, tie herself down with this. And so what if she wants it? Then I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna be okay with it. Like if Babymetal, like Sue, Moa, Koba, Momoko, they all want it, it's gonna happen anyway, whatever I say.
Yeah.
But as I said before, that doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. That doesn't. I'm gonna go with it. Like I'm gonna accept it and whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, that's not.
One thing
That's
about
not
that,
my preferred
Damon,
decision.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think you mentioned Riho there. I think when you were talking about Momoko, and like for fans who kind of know me, they know that like Riho was my favorite Avenger, and I was looking forward to her being the permanent member, and I was excited for that. But I've kind of come to peace now with the fact that she's moved on, because she's having her own career now and her own success. And
are you back,
I think
Loon?
for people who are fans of Yui, it would be easier for them to kind of move on from Yui, or accept a permanent third member if we had seen her since she left. But I think it doesn't help that, because there's been complete silence, that that doesn't help people move on. Like if let's say, for example, she was like Riho and she appeared somewhere else and showed that she was happy and having a good time and having a new career, I think people would kind of accept more that she's
I agree.
Moved on to something else, and Babymetal is in her past, and they would be more accepting of a new person. I think that's really helped me kind of accept that Riho's maybe not going to be an Avenger again, or not going to be a member, because I see her doing great for herself and being happy now.
I want to butt in there. I want to butt in a little bit. I want to butt in a little bit as well, because I honestly I feel like the camis are counterproductive to any girl's career here. Because let's be honest, if you're Rio or Momoko, like, Momoko's never going to come out publicly and say, I want to be permanent third girl, because that the Cobra and stuff are going to be over that. Like,
that's not their style.
That's never going to happen. So even if she wants that third spot, she's never ever going to publicly admit it, because that would be like suicide by Cobra, So that's never going to happen.
Behind the scenes,
But it, like I
Conversation
said,
that would never be made public.
going back to Rio, like if you're like these girls
Did
are
I
all
just check? Can you hear me?
yay, he's back.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
He's back. There we go. Yeah, like if you're looking at the career of these girls, right? These are all highly ambitious young ladies that want to go on to do great things.
Yeah,
If you're Rio and you're part of a free that's being completely rotated, as much as you love it and as much as you're enjoying it, to a band that never associates you as actually being part of that member. Like, and then some other company offers you, well, we love you, we want you front and center, we want your career choice. She's got to sit down then and think of her career for the rest of her life. Do you be a part of this free band girl dancing part, or do you go and do something else? The longer the Camis is around, not the Camis, sorry, I apologize, the Avengers. The longer the Avengers are around, the longer those girls are going to sit down and think about their futures, because that can't go on forever. Whether or not they rotate the Avengers to have 3 new girls, and then keep doing it like that, and it will come down to
just on that, Leon. Like you mentioned, Riho there. Like, I think she's like a very ambitious person. She's had interviews recently, like since she's left Babymetal, and she's talked about always wanting to be, her own person and be in control of her career and the direction it takes. So. I don't think she would have been happy being in Babymetal much longer. I think
there's a difference. I think there's a difference between being in Babymetal, and I think there's a difference between being an Avenger. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's no girl that's going to be an Avenger for 4 years that's going to be happy staying in that role.
I don't think an Avenger is anyone's like final ambition or end game. Like, they always want to progress from that. So. Like Riho's doing like so good now, and I'm so happy for her, and I've accepted that she's, their Babymetal time is behind her now.
And like you said with Momoko as well. Like, I feel like if there was ever a time to put a permanent member, it would be now. If Momoko is not given that 3rd spot or hasn't earned it by now, which I think she does, seeing the other 2 girls are off doing their own things. She's more than earned it. She's doing all the live shows now. If that is not a thing, if that doesn't come to be a thing, then it never will be. It never will be. They'll always continue to be a duo, and I can live with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, maybe the last show of Budokan, which is in mid-April, something might happen there that marks the end of one era and the start of the next. So I think if it's ever going to happen, it will happen around then. And if it doesn't happen around then, it's probably just going to be, Avengers from now on. And maybe it's just always going to be Momoko as the Avenger, and she'll be there all the time, but just never get recognized.
Maybe that's what she wants.
Yeah, I mean that could be exactly what she wants.
And maybe VM is happy that that's what she wants, and that's why she's the last Avenger left, because this is exactly what she wants. A support dancer.
You're right. I mean, you're referencing that video where she said that she wanted to be a support dancer for a big group, and maybe that's the full extent of her ambitions, and she's absolutely happy being an Avenger. She doesn't want to be a permanent member. She doesn't want to do anything else, and that's great. Like, I'm saying all of this that I would like her. I think it's a good idea that she would be a permanent member, but that's only if she wants to be a permanent member. If she doesn't, then that's the end of the conversation. Like,
I'm going to take a very cynical point of view here, and I'm going to sit down now and say, any of us 4 that are sat in this chair now, if we were an Avenger and offered the chance to be the permanent 3rd member, would you turn?
We don't count.
But would you turn it down?
No, too biased.
No,
we don't count.
But I feel like Momoko is the same way. I feel like she is human. I'm sure she'll have ambitions. I'm sure she's eyeing that spot up as well. Whether or not it's
there's no way she's on stage dancing, on TV dancing, as part of a threesome, and then she doesn't get to be in the interview. She doesn't get to be in the stuff. And there's no way she's doing that, not thinking, I wish I was up there with them. I wish I was getting the recognition.
Yeah, there's no human alive that would be sat onto
the recognition too. Like, it's the recognition too. Like, she works just as hard as Sue and Moa getting ready for these shows, just as hard dancing. She puts in just as much effort. Like, and she gets no recognition for it, like, other than I guess a paycheck. But you
could argue that Sue and Moa don't have as much recognition either. Like, they, apart from like this year, okay, a bit more. They had interviews and TV appearances, but they don't like put themselves in front of the spotlight. They're not like pushing themselves to the front. And
I don't think that's the girl's fault though. I think
I
that's
understand.
the
I
way
understand
they're marketed.
I agree with Loon though that maybe in the back of her mind in Momoko she's like, I wish I could just be with Sue and Moa and be asked questions about Baby Mill. But like to me, I take it the same way like the Kami band would take it. Like they don't get asked question either. This
Yeah.
I
Well,
wish they would though. I would like to hear Omura Bo's opinion on Baby Metal more often.
Yeah.
But we
make the
don't get it.
Kami's full
We don't get
membership.
Momoko's
I feel
interviews. We don't get Kami band interviews.
I
That's
feel
the same.
I feel like the Kami band's a completely different situation though. These
Yeah.
are
I think
professional,
so
famous master
But
musicians
it's
way
Momoko is
before Baby Metal.
Momoko
They
is a
had their own
session
things.
dancer, session performer. So are the Kami band. They're session musicians. They're just
So make the
contracted
Kami's
to
permanent.
be there on live performances. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just like we don't have any interviews with Muscle Metal, with Saya and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone expects interviews with the Kami. I think everyone understands like who they are and what they're there for. They're amazing musicians that are maybe hired by the show or by the tour to perform for Baby Metal, and I think their role is known and it's set in stone. So I don't think there's any expectations that they might start talking more or be considered to be in
I
Baby Metal.
yeah I
Whereas
must
with
say
Momoko, there's a
yeah.
chance there because she's essentially in Yui's spot, and that could develop into something more permanent. So people have that thought in their mind when they see Momoko, like why can't she be on Moa's level, I guess, or similar.
Even Moa's status, I feel, between the two of her and Sue
You
has
could
waned
argue that Moa is basically an Avenger with a mic.
with a mic. Yeah, it's at this point.
Yeah.
I think Baby Metal is more Sue centric than it's ever been. This is going back to what we said before.
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
at this point you probably could replace Moa. And I feel like the only person who's unreplaceable in Baby Metal is Sue. I
Yeah. Yeah,
if
probably.
Sue goes, that's it.
Oh, that's it. That's
it.
over. I mean,
It's over. It's
Yeah,
gone.
we all
It's done.
agree. I think
Yeah.
we've done podcasts before where everyone agreed to that. Like, if Sue goes, I'm not.
yeah, like Sue.
I mean, I might, but
Yeah.
curiosity, like, I'm gonna check what they do. Like, it's gonna be the new Sue and the new Moa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna, maybe the music's good. Maybe I'm gonna be a
That's
fan.
another.
But
Like that's another argument for a third member is because like Moa's role has diminished really in Baby Metal since Yui left. Like she doesn't have her Black Baby Metal songs anymore. Like like everyone loves Moa and like no one ever wants her to be gone or whatever. But aside from a little bit of screaming and saying we are Baby Metal, she's essentially her role is as an Avenger that occasionally gets to say we are Baby Metal or do a little scream.
That's
here and
another
there.
reason why I'd want a third.
There's really not much
member.
of it like a distinguishable difference between Moa and the Avenger, whereas I think Neon is right there. It's extremely Sue centric, and I think she is the only part that if you move it doesn't work. Like I had like a hypothetical question with fans before that. Let's say, for example, there was a situation where Moa couldn't do a show. Now, obviously, we hope that this never arises, but let's say she couldn't do a show and it was like Sue and Momoko preparing for a show. Like, would the show still go on and they would get like a second Avenger, like maybe Kano and Momoko and Sue? Like, would they still play their show? And a lot of people were like, yeah, they probably would still go on because it's Suzuka is there and you have Momoko who's very good and Kano who's very good. So like Yui, like they were able to bring in an Avenger for Yui, so it showed like that even though we love her to pieces, she is replaceable in the sense that you can put someone else in that spot. So like why not the same for Moa really in this role when she's like if you could put in one Avenger, you can put in two, kind of it's so if you have three members, then you strengthen Moa, you give her more chance to sing. You bring back duo songs that she can do with Momoko, and her role in Babymetal elevates, and she becomes more secure in her
I
position.
would
So
have
that's a good
essentially
argument
like
for
the
three.
opposite opinion right now.
Go ahead.
Like to keep it as a duo would strengthen Moa actually, but to get a third
No, it doesn't.
member would like make her just another replaceable piece. Just like
No, see, I see it the other way. If you get a third member that's permanent and put her on a level playing field and an equal footing with Moa, that brings Moa back up to where she was when Yui was there. And it
why?
was 3 equal members.
Why though?
Because as it stands it now, she's been reduced in her role. She doesn't sing live anymore where she used to. Her mic's never turned on. She is just a glorified dancer just now.
Yeah, that's what
if
I said.
you bring
That's
in a permanent member, that brings her back up.
That's just choices. They could just give the Avenger a mic. They could still have BBM songs. What's stopping them? Why can't they sing singer? Explain to me.
If you're going to do that, if you're going to bring in, let's say it's not Momoko. Momoko doesn't want it. She just wants to be a dancer. So they bring in somebody else. And this other person is put in as a permanent third girl. I mean, it's lost track of where I was going with that.
You were saying get another girl.
But no, I think what Demon is saying is that they can do all of that stuff.
They
like
can do
having
BMD.
a duo with Momoko still as an Avenger.
So why
what
not just make her?
That's not the structure of Babymetal.
Permanent?
You need. Yeah, but that's the thing. She needs to be a metal. She needs to be put on the same level as Moa in order for that to work. Like, I don't think the way Babymetal works, you can't have an Avenger be elevated to the status of Moa without them, being a metal and being recognized as an equal part of a duo. You can't have like a 2-tiered duo like Moa is official but Momoko is not, and she's replaceable.
Okay.
You can't have a duo like that. So
it
limits what they can do in terms of performance.
I just want to know why
it's creativity coming forward as well. You can't create anything as an artist if you don't know that one of your members ain't going to be there next year. Like one of your girls, you can't take Momoko and go like, we've got a cracking song. It's gonna
and let's record vocals and stuff.
Yeah,
and then on the 4th album you have Momoko. Then if they do a 5th, Momoko is gone. Something else.
Yeah,
I don't like the idea. I just don't like it.
Well, that's why you make a girl a permanent member. If a girl's a permanent member, or if they bring in a permanent third, they could go off and record because then she's permanent. That's new content. That's different.
Okay, what I was saying though is, why do I like the duo better? Is because I think I just want to see Moa do solo songs now.
You're not going to see
they could record solo songs.
Yeah,
you're not going to see that if you get an Avenger as permanent.
Suzuka is the singer and Moa is scream and dance. The roles are there. Like, they're not going to all of a sudden start putting Moa on an equal vocal playing field with Suzuka. That's just not what they're going to do. So how you elevate Moa and how you give Moa more recognition and more singing time is you put a permanent third member with her and you let them do duo songs again, like Black Babymetal did. Like,
okay, so we're talking new songs, right?
Babymetal history.
Yeah.
We're talking new songs.
I think the duo would have
because do you agree with me that old songs they could still do it now? It's just a question of choice.
They could do some of
them. They could just do C-Sanger. At Budokan right now they could do C-Sanger. What's the problem?
I think
mostly Yui and Moa were backtracked anyway.
Yeah, she's not an official member yet, so you can't.
I think it's out of respect.
Or you can't.
She's not an official member, but with IDZ we know that they still can record vocals, right? For the Avengers, we have Rio, Momoko, and Kano. They all recorded vocals. Yeah, it's a live performance, so there's nothing stopping them from even BMD. They could do BMD, just record like they did for IDZ. They record Momoko's vocals.
BMD, man.
They just have her say MoMoMetal this. They just have her say MoMoMetal this, and that's it. And they can do BMD.
She's not a metal.
Yes.
That's the problem.
She doesn't need to be permanent.
That's why they need to give her a metal name and give her a mic and let her be on an equal playing field to Moa. If that's what they're going to do, you know what I mean? Otherwise, they just continue the way they are, and the duo can't happen, and we can't have two sodas anymore, and the shows are shorter because the girls don't have a break
We
mid
could have.
performance. So
I'm gonna interject, and I'm just gonna say I feel like as well like the not inclusion of Black Baby Metal, even though technically it could be done with an Avenger, I definitely feel
Yes.
that is out of respect for Yui.
Yes,
I feel
they
like
could do
if you're gonna do it, I'm saying they could do it, but I'm saying they won't do it. I think that's a respect issue. I think if you're gonna bring in a permanent third, you create new things, like you move forward, not
they
backwards.
They can have a Moa and the new girl duet without it being Black Baby Metal. They can call it something else.
call it
Something else and
They
move.
can do.
Move
They can
forwards.
do different songs.
So also,
Yeah.
before the comment moves on, before Ghost screams at me through the TV and strangles me one more time, he goes, the one thing we're forgetting about is the law. By the way, obviously the law is put in place, obviously to make these changes and stuff like that. Obviously, but it can come to an end. We know that law is going to change and stuff like that. Do we feel like that's the time to do something?
At the end of these shows,
I think it's
the 10th show of the 10 series for Budokan is the time to announce a change or do something that moves towards a change. Like we've all been told, this is the end of the Metal Resistance era, and after that is going to come something new, a new era. So this is the time to make a change. If they're going to make a change, maybe they just continue, and it's very similar to what they did before. There's an Avenger. There's no changes, but if they are going to make a change, the time is at the end of Budokan. Yeah.
And they can use the lore to explain anything.
Absolutely.
All Koba has to do is sit and write a sentence that the Fox God has anointed whoever, and they are now going to be a metal, and that's it, and it's all said and done.
Yeah. Like they've been flying through the metal galaxies, and they found another Avenger on a distant planet, or found another member on a distant planet, and the Fox Gods always meant for this to happen. They can write whatever they want into the lore, and
It could be anything awesome. I'd love like a Kami band, guitar like solos going on and stuff like that. And I'd love like a little something between like Momoka fighting Sue, like pretend as it's going on, and then Sue wins, puts a hand on her forehead or something like that, rises her as like the new metal, like converts her, or something like that. That'd be wicked.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities, like what they can do.
Or crucify her.
Bring her in. Yeah. Put her on a cross.
Put her on a cross.
That's the Baby Metal way, Sacrifice them and bring them back to life, and all of a sudden they're a new person. They're a new metal. Why not?
This and again, this goes back on to being the third permanent. Back onto why I'd like a third permanent, because we talk about this and we all love it when this happens on the performances as well as what goes on with stage, and the lore is good. When the lore is good, the lore is very, very good. And you could do more. You could do more things like that with a permanent third. I feel like you could move forwards. Whether or not it be.
You say so. I don't agree with you. But you're just saying this like that. Like they can do more. I don't agree. I think they can do more with the Avenger, actually. I mean, agree to disagree on that, because you can't tell the future. I mean, they're gonna do whatever they want to do, and I'm gonna go with it. I mean, as long as the shows are good, and I absolutely love the Avengers. By the way, like I enjoyed Momoko when she was there on the Burst of the show. I loved it to bits. Obviously, my bias is Kano, but I'm never gonna see her. That's a bit that's too bad. But I absolutely love them, and if they all decide that it's the way to go, it's gonna be Momoko as third.
There's a great comment here. They're just saying that the reason why she's not the permanent third is because she's 20. If it's for her 20th birthday, it would be Legend M, which would be confusing.
Oh, shit. M squared. Or something.
M squared.
Legend Momo.
Legend Momo. But
Legend Peach.
but yeah. No, Demon's right. I'm gonna switch roles a little bit here, and I'm gonna defend Demon for a little bit. There's absolutely no reason you can't say that the girls can't make content as a duo. obviously we've had Legend Metal Galaxy and stuff like that, which people have enjoyed. It's gone on.
Great album.
There's no reason why that can't continue as well for another album. There's no reason why you do have a switching third girl. You don't make a permanent third member,
and the longer shows. That's irrelevant as well. Just want to say. I think it's an irrelevant argument.
I just watched Loon and Paul's face.
In my opinion, it's an irrelevant argument to say that the longer shows, it's just because they don't have a permanent member. That's bullshit, I think. It's just Koba. He just doesn't want longer shows. That's it.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the case. Like I said, there's no reason why the band and the girls can't keep doing what they're doing. I mean, like I said, Legend Metal Galaxy was a massive success. I feel like probably a good 95% of the fandom loved Metal Galaxy. And yeah, there's no reason why they can't do another album and another banger. I'm so sorry, Loon. I've got to be impartial, man. I've got to switch sides.
We've got a Metal Galaxy hater right here.
So yeah,
I don't think it has enough quality to justify hating it.
Ooh, shots fired.
Shots fired.
Bang bang.
Indeed.
Go on, let's hear Loon. He's ready to go.
No, I've said my piece.
I did.
You're letting us down now.
Well, I'll move on to that then. I'll be the knobhead that moves into this territory. Legend Metal Galaxy, obviously, it's done very, very well. Could you honestly say it's obviously I've not been around with the fandom. And I've been a Babymetal fan for about 2 years now. How time's flied since my first reaction video to knowing everything. But it does feel, and as my own subjective personal opinions, when I listen to Babymetal, I tend to stray towards the first two albums, and then with the occasional dropping in like BMC and Papaya into my mix of what I listen to. But there's very little I tend to go back to for the Legend Metal Galaxy album. Now I know that that's not the same for everybody else. I know everybody has different opinions and different things. So that, like I said, this is why I'm saying there's no right or wrong way to enjoy Babymetal. And I know that people love Babymetal Galaxy as their most favorite album of the three. Yeah. Which is what's so great and why we love Babymetal, because of that diversity, because they're able to mix it up in such ways that it just blows our minds. But what I came down to, obviously, with having the way that the album dropped, maybe the reception of it a little bit, I asked the question in my Discord because I have seen from an outside perspective of people not putting Metal Galaxy in sort of the same tier as the first two. A lot of the case. There's not much that Babymetal fans disagree on. I feel like one of the two. I feel like one of the two subjects is a permanent third member.
Not sure about that, mate. But okay, I'm following you.
I need to save some stuff for the future, man. Come on.
Go ahead.
But I do feel like in large sections that it's there's a bit of diversity that goes on for Legend Metal Galaxy. What are your guys' opinions about that? And obviously chat as well. I tell you what, if somebody finds me like strung up on a noose somewhere after this show, I wouldn't blame them. Man. I wouldn't blame them. But what were your guys' initial thoughts on that? Would you say that the hype or obviously the duo, there's a reason I'm building up to this. I'm getting there slowly but surely. The duo of this album, does it match the other two? Is it just as good?
The duo?
Or just the album in general.
Suamoa.
The Suamoa album. Is it as good having those two do that album as it was? Now, obviously, there's many factors into this because Metal Galaxy is a vastly different album to what the first two were creatively as well. So you can't compare them just because it's not heavier than the first two albums. That's not the point. What I'm trying to get across is it as enjoyable as the first two.
Like for me, I love all three albums. I'll just start off by saying that. For me, the first album has a very special place in my heart because that's when I came on to Babymetal. Was in 2014, and some of my favorite Babymetal songs of all time are like IDZ, Headbanger, Megitsune, and the first album was very special. So that's my favorite album. But I love them all. I don't really feel the third album is diminished by just having Sue and Mo recording it, because if you listen to it, there's not a whole lot of difference, and there's a great diversity in songs. They tried new things. The songs I love Shine and Arcadia and Night Night Burn, BMC. There's so many great songs. Like they're all hits. Like they have, I think, like 16 songs on the album. I love them all. Basically.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoy the album as well.
The quality and the content of their albums are unbelievable. Like I don't know any other bands that have like 16 bangers on their albums. Like they have like maybe two or three good songs and the rest is filler. two or three good songs and the rest is filler. But with Babymetal, like every song is just like you just want to dance and you just want to hear it live, and the quality is unbelievable. So I love Metal Galaxy, I love Metal Resistance, I love Babymetal. So yeah, that's my take, I guess.
So what about you, Loon? Because I know you've got a completely different opinion.
Let's hear Loon next. He's got something to say.
I've got a completely different opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I'm not basing this on the fact that Yui wasn't there to record it. This is purely based on the quality of the songs. Metal Galaxy doesn't hold a candle to the Babymetal album. There's nothing on that album that compares to Song 4. There's nothing that compares to IDZ. Nothing that compares to Headbanger. Nothing that compares to Doki Doki Morning. There is nothing that is as good on the new album as there was on the first album, or even on the second album, although the second album is not as good as the first album. Every song on the first album is great. Maybe Babymetal Death. It's good. It's good live, although I wouldn't listen to it on a CD. And you've got Metal Resistance, where a good 3/4 of the songs I think are absolutely brilliant. But on Metal Galaxy, there's 6 songs that I think are good. I wouldn't say they're great. They're certainly not on par with anything else. And the rest of the album's just trash.
I might escape this hanging after all.
Now, I'm not going to say it's trash for a Babymetal album. It's just not a good album for anyone. The songs are okay. Some of the songs have been working on since 2014 when they wrote Megitsune, but that doesn't make it a good song just because you spent 10 years working on it. It's still a bad song.
Oh man, he's hitting that Night Night Burn right now. I love Night Night Burn.
What about you, Demon?
I don't get.
I feel like I need to reach in and drink that beer, mate. You keep swigging. Seriously, I need it right now.
It's good, right?
So
no,
I'm gonna pray for you.
The issue I had with Metal Galaxy is I had become a fan just a few months before, and I discovered it all at once. I discovered everything at once, like, and the first thing I saw, like, I fell down the foxhole by watching old videos of Babymetal, and then I saw Papaya, and I was like, this isn't as good as before, right? Like, straight off the bat, I was like, this is just a generic. Okay, I don't have the same opinion now, but when I first saw it, I was like, this is a generic song that's gonna be radio friendly, and I was just going off of Headbanger, Megitsune, IDZ, BMD. I was going off that, and then I see, okay, what's their newest stuff? And it's Papaya, and it's Shanty, and it's okay, not that dance, but like, I don't know, Distortion. Distortion I like, so it's okay. But so I had a bad first impression of the new album, and I wasn't really excited, because straight off the bat I was like, I preferred their earlier songs, just based off Shanty and Papaya. But then, like, I don't like to say it, but Metal Galaxy grew on me a bit. I don't like to say that because usually I say that when something has to grow on you, it means you had to, like, force yourself to like it. So I don't like to say, like, yeah, it grew on me. I don't like that expression. It's but I gotta say, I'm not as extreme as I was when Metal Galaxy first came out. And there are some songs on the album that I have to say I really like, and they've made it into my top songs. Like Shine, I
Yeah.
absolutely love Shine.
Shine is
VMT,
awesome.
obviously. I know I'm not gonna have the same taste as Loon,
No.
but yeah, we like what we like. So I
Yeah.
just absolutely adore BMC and Shine. And
Yeah.
as most people know, my absolute favorite song is Syncopation. I don't think they've ever
Oh, I
topped
love
it.
that song. I'm gonna
And
agree with you on that, man. That's awesome. I love
yeah,
Synco.
Syncopation is to me is like the perfect one of the
Yeah.
most
It's awesome.
defining baby metal song.
Yeah.
And so I have like mixed feelings on Metal Galaxy. I think it's all right. I think it's still a patchwork album. Like they made it like super urgently. Like they wanted an album out. They wanted to move on from Yui's departure. They just
Yeah.
recorded some songs that they had like they had some. They probably had a lot of samples and
Mm.
shit, and they just
Yeah.
didn't have Yui, and they're just like, yeah, we are not gonna have any Sue solos. It's just gonna be regular songs, and I feel like it's a rushed album a bit, but it's rushed and it's still okay, you know. So I'm thinking maybe
Yeah.
if they take the time for the fourth album, it's gonna be great. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be great, and I
That's
can't
good. That's
wait to
positive.
see what they're gonna do with Momoko. So
Yeah.
maybe she gets. I think if she becomes a third member, okay, then maybe it's gonna be like old style baby metal with BBM songs, with Moko and Moa and Sue solos, and I
Yeah.
think that maybe if they continue as a duo, maybe I I don't like I'm not sure about that, but I would
Mm.
like some Moa
It,
solos. I don't even know if she wants those. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
another
all
thing.
up
Like
in the
Mo
air. I
might not even want to do her solos. Like, I mean, Mo could be very happy in her role,
I'll invite
as
her
a
onto the
kind of a
podcast and I'll ask her myself.
yeah. See, that's the thing. We don't know. We don't know what Moa wants. We don't know what Momoko wants. We don't know what Sue or Baby Metal wants. This is, as Neon said at the start, it's not really an informative topic. It's more
Yeah, it's
opinion based.
opinionated. Yeah.
So this is all kind of speculation and opinion. We really don't know what they plan to do, what they intend to do, what they want to do. It's just, I guess, fans sharing thoughts and
just
opinions. So it's cool.
See,
I just want to answer something that Demon said.
Go ahead.
Is you said that it's a duo album,
Hmm.
A
and
jewel?
that you're going about Sue solos. Arguably, every single song on the Metal Galaxy
Yeah.
album is a Sue solo.
Yes.
Boa does nothing, and the couple of little bits that she does have, if that is her voice in Da Da Dance, and that is her voice in Omagini, it's distorted beyond recognition.
Yeah.
I think
It
No,
doesn't sound.
I
I'm still
figured
not convinced it's her.
there's
at the moment I said that, I knew like I was bound to get a
Yeah.
response for it. But yeah, it's basically
M-
just
M-
Sue.
Moa,
Yeah.
Moa features more on the Bring Me the Horizon album than she does on the Metal Galaxy
Yeah.
album.
I mean, you can just see it. You can just see it in how they handled like Kaguru and Starlight. Like there was Sue solos, kinda,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
Kaguru was a Sue
It's
solo,
very
Starlight
Sue.
as
It's
well.
extremely Sue focused. Like, I
And now
mean,
that they've incorporated like a trio choreography to the songs, but yeah, technically I agree. It's like just Sue solos,
yeah. There's
and
very little more. Like, and people are going to excuse me of flexing here, but when I saw the debut of Dada Dance at LA Forum, I was like waiting for Moa's little rap part that she does in Dada Dance, and I was kind of hoping that I would hear her actual voice through the mic, but it was clearly like backing vocals, and I felt in that moment like just a little bit kind of disappointed that, oh, it would have been so cool if Moa like actually rapped that part and we could actually hear her, but it was just very clearly the backing track. So it just basically brings it back to okay, this, we say there's no Sue solos as such, in finger quotes, no Sue solos on Metal Galaxy, but Loon just said it, man. Essentially, every kind of baby metal song is a Sue solo when you break it down to who sings what lines and who's the focus of each
Well,
song.
especially
So
on especially on the new album, not so much on the first album, and maybe a bit less so on the second album, but on the first album, Yui and Moa had a lot of vocal parts,
Loads, yeah.
Loads.
loads. But
Like
now,
you even think about like not just the Black Baby Metal songs, Loon, but you think about Catch Me If
yeah.
You Can. There's loads of Yui and Mo on that. Give Me Chocolate. They do their they don't do those parts as well. So there's even without being Black Baby Metal songs, Yui and Mo used to have like loads of parts in like Baby Metal songs, and it was all three of them. And that reduced in album 2 and was gone in album 3 basically. So yeah, it's the Sue show kind of.
I think for me, if they carry on as just the two of them, and they do go on to make another album, they have to give Moa something to do. If they don't give Moa something to do, if they waste the opportunity again, then
You're gone.
yeah, I'm not sure I could support that.
Yeah, I'm such a Sue fan that I would still be there.
I would
because
still,
I love her so much.
I would still be there as well. I'd still support it. I wouldn't necessarily mean I'd be happy with it. But I definitely still support.
I want Mo to do more. I want her to have more, and be a bigger part of Baby Metal. That's part of the reason why I kind of advocate for a third member, because I feel that elevates Mo back to a height where she was before, and it cements her position in Baby Metal even more. I think Demon is right that if they kind of keep going as a duo, Mo becomes maybe less.
But it doesn't have to go that way, though. They could, like Loon's just said, they could make the next album and have Moa play a massive, prominent part. I mean, let's not talk about whether or not she wants to do it or not, and let's just talk from a marketing, Baby Metal, artistic perspective here. Us, the fans, if you're making an album, like, Cobra and that must be listening. Everybody knows that they'd like to see more Moa. I don't think anybody would think anybody would be in disagreement if Moa got more time on that album.
Supports that.
If you could go into a new album. I absolutely could go into a new album as a duo and have Moa have more stuff to do. I'm probably going to get a bit of flack for this. I can't help it. I've been just in love with this album since it's dropped. But the new Bandmade album just dropped. I feel like a broken record at the minute, and
I'll back you up, Ian. Don't worry.
I'm absolutely loving that album. It's one of the best albums I've heard in such a long time. But Miku is essentially the backing, has the exact same job as Moa, and she has a whole song dedicated to her vocal style. That's
the one I heard, right? Oh, yeah.
That's the one you heard, yeah.
Now we're talking. Because I never really liked the vocals of the lead singer. But Miku's vocals, oh yeah.
Miku's vocals are very, very cute.
Bring them on. Like, she has a great voice. I like it.
But anyway, go back to there's absolutely no reason why they can't do that with Mo. There's nothing stopping them from doing that with Mo. Absolutely nothing.
They can do it.
They
absolutely can do it. But we know Baby Metal, they more than likely won't, because they've been basically blue in the face from telling us over the last 10 years that Sue is vocal and dance, Moa is scream and dance. Those are the roles in Baby Metal. Deal with it. So
when was the last time they told us that?
I think it's recently, though.
They haven't done
it. When the Avengers series started, July 2019.
2 years ago?
July 2019, about a year and a half ago.
No more Neil McMill karaoke streams.
Yeah, they wanted to distinguish that Sue was vocal and dance, Moa was scream and dance, and that the Avenger was something else. And they made that distinction at the start.
Yeah, but I think that was just to establish the Avenger.
I think that was so fans wouldn't get confused that the Avenger was the third member. They wanted to define Sue and Moa separately from, I guess.
Yeah, but they hadn't really introduced them as that since 2015, had they? They hadn't had a proper introduction at the start where it's vocal and dance and scream and dance.
At the start of the Avengers series.
Yeah, so they dropped it in 2015, brought it back for the Avengers, and dropped it after 2 shows. So they're not. It's not that they're blue in the face telling us about this.
They told us on every show on the US tour that it was one of 3 dancers basically. So that kept going for the rest of 2019, basically.
I haven't seen or been to any American concerts, so I'll take your word for that.
Yeah. Again, I can't speak for American shows. As like I said, as far as I could tell
It
from
certainly didn't introduce them as vocal and dance and scream and dance at Glasgow.
no, same
No,
for
they
Manchester.
didn't do it on the European tour. They just basically started off with future metal into Dada Dance, and that was the show basically.
Yeah. So
Did they do it at
I
the
think
forum?
like someone in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong. Some of the American fans, that did they do the scream and dance thing in the US tour?
if we have anybody who's seen a US
Americans?
shows, can anybody clarify that whether or not that took place?
I could be wrong. I don't think they didn't do it in the forum. I'm pretty sure they didn't do it in the forum. Did they do
No,
it?
they didn't do it at forum, and they didn't do it in Europe.
No, maybe it was just in those.
It was just Yokohama
Yeah,
and Legend
yeah.
M.
I think you're right, Loon. I think it was just Yokohama and Legend M. When I think about it back,
And
no, I don't think
But-
it was there it definitely wasn't there in the forum, and it wasn't there in San Francisco. Yeah, you're right. I think just Yokohama and Legend M where they did that last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've dropped it again. It's not a thing again.
They've told us. They don't need to kind of keep saying it. We know, but things could change. I mean,
Like if
I
they
just think it's unlikely. Yeah.
if they can promote Momoko to be a permanent member, they can promote Momoko to Moa to be something more than Scream and Dance.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
So
But then you're back to a 3-tier thing again. Sue, then Moa, something else, and then further down the ladder is Momoko,
Yeah,
even though
what,
she's a
like-
full member. If you make her a full member, she has to be on an even footing with Moa.
Yeah. You kind of
Yeah.
have to elevate Moa and Moa together with the other third person. I don't know.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
I feel like if you're gonna make somebody a permanent third, you can't just have them just dancing. They need something going
even
forwards.
now, she could get a mic now. I don't care. I want her to get a mic now and still be an Avenger. Doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's important to me that she gets a
I
mic.
see.
So we get
As
more.
much as I think about it, like Suzuka is, as we've been saying, she's been so much a centerpiece. Nearly every Babymetal song is a Sue song. I just can't see her vocal role being, passed off even partially to somebody else. Like she's kind of everything that Babymetal is based on, and like maybe like Moa could do one song, but like Legend M. I looked at Legend M and I thought like, okay, Moa might like debut a solo song because it was her show, it was her special show, and like she did Moa Banger, she did that like one verse in Headbanger, she like did the little guitar thing on Shine, but aside from the Moa Banger thing, she didn't have her own song. She didn't really sing as much, and like people talk about Sue and Moa being like on an equal playing field, but if you look at the difference between like Legend S and Legend M and how spectacular Legend S was with the production and the fire and the fox slave pulling the stage and the crucifixion and the resurrection and the crowning of a goddess, a messiah, like it was super elaborate and over the top, ridiculous like setup, and you compare that to how low key like Legend M was. It just kind of shows you that like that even though like obviously the fans like they love Sue, they love Moa, but like in the eyes of Babymetal, like Sue, it seems so obvious to me that she's the main centerpiece lead singer, and I don't think that's going to change. That's just the dynamic of Babymetal.
I don't think it's so much about that, because if you compare Legend M, Legend 1999, Legend M is low key. Huey and Moa both got their own solo songs. They had all the fancy video introductions. They had lore around it. You didn't get any of that for Legend M.
Legend M was extremely tame. Like the only kind of theatrical part about Legend M was where the flag came across the roof and landed on the stage, and some people said that Moa was standing behind the flag or something. But aside from that, it was pretty much like a standard type show.
Yeah,
It wasn't really.
Undercarter has just said in the comments there that apparently, according to some interviews, Moa asked it to be low key.
Possibly, yeah. I mean,
Could be.
I don't think so though. I mean,
I don't know. I don't
I
know
think
if
she would
that's
want
an
to.
actually thing. I can't
No,
confirm that. But
I
I
think that's
don't
on the
think so.
Chronicle.
Oh, is it on the Chronicle?
I'm pretty sure that's a Chronicle interview.
Yeah.
I skipped past it.
I don't know.
I just watched it, but
I think I think she would have liked to have a big, elaborate, fancy party celebration.
oh,
like Sue.
this is the thing with interviews, isn't it? It's you can never ever say how you really feel. Like the Moa, Momoko, they're never ever. I think Moa less so because of her love and the connection with Sue, but they're never ever going to come out and say I want a bigger part. They're never going to come out and rock the boat. They're never going to say I would have liked this. You know,
they're never going to complain. Like if Moa was asked about like did she enjoy Legend M and was it good, she's not going to say, oh no, I wanted a bigger production and just like Sue. She's going to say, oh, it was great. I really enjoyed it. I wanted it to be that way.
Yeah.
You know, like she
And we have to bear in mind as well that we're relying on fan translations for this thing.
Yeah, things could
It's
be
not
lost
the
in
official
translation. You know, it's Japanese to English.
we
it
have to
could
fucking
be...
learn it.
we're all too lazy. We can't learn it for ourselves.
All the fancy things they've got, and they still can't do a freaking Japanese to English translator just on the screens and stuff.
Yeah, the Chronicle one was weird because they had like this American voiceover thing for like the interlude parts that was like super cheesy and like, you know, stuff you'd see on some American commercial, and then they wouldn't have subtitles then for the interviews. It didn't make sense. You make some part of it for the international fans, but the interview is just for Japanese fans. It's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah,
I didn't get that. Why have the guy talk in English on a Japanese only disc and have English subtitles on it, and then have them talk in Japanese but don't have English subtitles? It made no sense.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, most things Babymetal do now make no sense to
It
me.
doesn't have to make sense. It's Babymetal.
It's Babymetal. Yeah, love it regardless. Like I said, I'll just say again, I'm reading the comments as I'm trying to do this. You know, a lot of people are saying as well that you know, we tend to forget that obviously, you know, 2018, 2019, obviously the band was in a little bit of turmoil. Are we still feeling the effects of that?
I don't think so.
No,
I think most people have accepted the fact that Huey's gone.
Yeah, the Avengers solved a lot of problems. I think the Avengers was Babymetal coming back to, you know, 3 members and back to the, I guess, you know, kawaii image and outfits and stuff like that. And, you know, Legend Metal Galaxy, you know, I know Loon doesn't agree, but I think there's some great songs there and it's a great album. They had successful US and UK tour, or US and European tour. Yeah, so, you know, I think just the reason fans might be upset at the moment is just maybe lack of content or lack of kind of access to the band. But I guess COVID is a contribute to that, and they've always been a little bit elusive and, you know, not communicating with fans. So there's nothing really new there other than the pandemic, which affects everybody. You know?
I do want to pick out another comment. Sorry, I do want to just stop you there, man. I do apologize. Jamie brings up a really good point here that I want to read out. He goes, the issue with a lot of the things that we're talking about is that we assume that Sue and Moa have huge egos and want the spotlight all for themselves. Which I hope that's not how it's coming across, because I don't think we're trying to see it like that.
I don't think anyone thinks that really.
It is possible that they're
very
just
humble.
Yeah, they're just. He's just said it's possible that they're just very, very humble as they appear in the interviews, and that's what we're getting.
Girls, you know.
There is that, but you don't go through stage school and into Sakura Gakuen, into Babymetal and all the rest if you don't want the fame.
Yeah, I
agree
with
have that ego. You have to want it. You have to believe in yourself and have it. So I don't buy it that they don't have an ego. I think they would, because all pop stars do. All celebrities do.
Yeah.
I think you have to if you're going to be in that line of work.
Oh no, definitely. I totally agree with that. I feel every singer, every famous person has an ego.
Sue was able to separate that. Like she like there's 2 different people there. There's Sue Metal and there's Suzuka Nakamoto, and she's this, you know, this diva, this awesome queen on stage, and she's, you know, she runs the place basically. when she's performing, and then off stage she's just like a regular person. So she separates her public life from her private life, and I think that works for her. She's I don't think she's like, crazy to get on social media and start like posting stuff off stage.
For as much as we criticize Amuse and criticize like maybe the inconsistent, like the marketing of the girls, that's something I do have the absolute utmost respect for. Letting these girls have their private lives and stuff like that, letting them girls and letting them still be Sue, I think is great, and I think that will. Cool. I think I appreciate that for what it is. It could be annoying sometimes. I definitely think as a fan when you want to see more and interact more. But I like the fact that, like you said, if they're just hanging out in Japan or something like that, Sue gets to be Sue. Moa gets to be
Demon,
Moa.
you're gone off camera there. You need to center.
Really?
You're kind of half on camera, half off camera there. There you go.
Is it better? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Little bit more to the to the right.
Why more? Really? It looks fine here. Really?
Okay. You're good. I know you're good.
No, but it's extremely like it's.
I got narrow
screen,
webcam. So I got a different perspective.
I mean, my webcam is older than flat screens, so it's I can't fix it. No.
How do you think I feel? I went out and bought a nice fancy camera, although it's not massively expensive. But by the time it gets like, I have to put it down to 720p and then I have to compress it through Twitch and stuff like that. Every time I watch myself, I'm like, it looks awful. Going through about 18 different software programs to eventually, be streamed. Always looks blurry as hell. I freaking hate it. But it always looks so good when I'm recording stuff like normally, apart from when I put it through YouTube as well. Oh my god, YouTube's a right pain in the ass for taking like a 1080 image and then I upload it and then it's like it gives you 720p upload. And I'm like, what? why is it 720p? What the hell? You think you'll?
I was just talking about. I forget it.
It goes just like you think you look better in HD. Think again. That's not what I was saying.
If you guys can hear music and singing over my mic, it's not music. It's my neighbors are having a party.
No, I can't hear it.
I can hear them over. I can hear them through my earphones.
Really? I can't hear it.
Are they listening to Babymetal?
Are they listening to Babymetal? Yeah, that's the main question.
No.
You should just blast
that's why you're not over there. That's why you're not there.
So yeah, there's a lockdown party happening, isn't there? So you could just see your Loon's face. He's like, all right, fucking pressing me off.
Loon's not happy right now.
Oh no, this is a good thing. Like I said, Loon, if they're having a party, Loon gets to play Babymetal at this time now, doesn't he? At night?
Yeah. Turn it up. Turn up the Babymetal.
Crank it up.
Point the speakers at the wall. Turn up the bass.
That's what I'd be doing. But going back to the podcast and not Loon's neighbours.
Yeah. We got sidetracked there.
So we're getting sidetracked indeed.
Okay.
Obviously, like I said, most of this is obviously our opinion based. Very. We're taking shots in the dark here. We're guessing at most things and stuff. There's nothing to say that obviously, like I said, Sue and Moa aren't completely content, happy, humble, perfect human beings, or wherever it is know they're from, whatever planet they're both from. There's nothing to say that they aren't completely 100% content, happy, perfect, and for them, life is cheery, rose tinted glasses, and yada yada yada, etc. etc. So is it a problem now if they're completely content and they're happy? Is it becoming maybe like a fan issue now that maybe we want more? What's the blame here? Is it are we as fans greedy? Is it the agent's fault for promotion in the way that they handle in Babymetal?
They're just bad at PR. That's all.
Yeah,
they're just bad. They're just like ancient beings. They have no idea how to promote themselves to the world. It's crazy. Actually, it's killing me. Like they could be so much more. It's just wasted potential. And that's what we are most angry about. It's not about the girls, what they do, what they they're great. Like every time, I have nothing to say about Sue and Omoa or the Avengers or the Kami band. They're shredding, they're dancing, they're performing out of their minds. But it's not about them. It's about the management around them. It's subpar. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It's just subpar.
Well, they say that obviously, like I said, Japanese game companies do the same. It's just terrible PR for most Japanese companies. And I do feel like they're awful. I did bring this up in the last podcast, but obviously I've got 2 new guests here, so I'd like to hear your opinions from it. Obviously, we've seen a lot of Japanese bands sign with Western labels recently. Well, not completely Western labels. Usually what happens is they'll have their Japanese label and then they'll sign to a big Western international label to be promoted. I believe that Babymetal have done it in the past with Warner Brothers, I believe, got brought up, but I believe that was just a publishing deal, not an actual promotion label. Is that something Babymetal should look at doing? I know the possibility of it probably happening under Amuse is very, very low.
Well, they do have people over here, don't they? They've got 5B in America and Budokan Vinyl in Europe.
Yeah, but there's a difference between obviously picking up a label for publishing rights, then going
full thing.
Yeah, then going through a label actually to say, look, this is Babymetal. You know, slap up posters around America and yada yada yada.
Am I remembering right? Did Babymetal not also create their own record label, Babymetal Records or something like
BMD Fox?
BMD Fox.
Yeah.
I thought they had a Babymetal Records as well.
Maybe. I'm not familiar.
Maybe the chat can...
sure they did.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to fact check as well. Even I'm not sure of that one.
Yeah.
So, does anybody know in the chat while we're here for the record companies for the West for Babymetal? Does anybody know?
Like the Babymetal's record company in Japan is Toys Factory. Amuse is the agent.
The agent of
I believe, and they started. They kind of own the Babymetal brand.
Here we go. I've just posted a link in chat.
I'm not certain as to the actual structure, but Toys Factory is the record label.
Right. So if anybody's interested in that link, go and read it. I would read it myself, but obviously it would take away the podcast, so I'm unable to.
Yeah. I'm not 100% on the structure. Go ahead.
According to NME, Japanese pop metal act Babymetal have announced a new partnership and established the eponymous Babymetal record. The label has been founded in association with 5B and Cooking Vinyl.
When was that?
That was hold on, when was it? Here, May 2018.
So that's
maybe
fairly
it's some sort of agreement
recent.
that's still in place.
That's just right at the start of the
Metal Galaxy
US tour.
Yeah.
They've got their own international record
records. There could be like distribution of records in the US. It mightn't be like a deal where they have like any control over Babymetal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, just a distribution thing.
Jägerman's brought out a very good comment here. He goes, there's a very obvious difference between the promotion from Metal Galaxy and the PR and what they've done with the 10th anniversary promo. And I do agree with that to a certain extent. I feel like the promotion for Babymetal stuff is very, very inconsistent. I feel like that goes back to what we were talking about before with the One, though, as well. I feel that's a very, very prominent thing of how they market their stuff as well. Which is, I don't know. Personally, from a fan's perspective, I don't like the One. I feel like I don't have the money personally. I'm not raking in that YouTube money yet.
You and me both.
Yeah. To go out to buy all the stuff that I would love to buy. So I would love an international easy way to be able to get this, and it's next to impossible. I mean, there are stuff in UK, and I've looked. There is a Babymetal store in UK, but it's not great. It's like one or two things, and that's it.
Yeah. Like, and if you order something, good luck getting it for about 6 months.
Yeah, like it's awful. I ordered a top from there. ages ago and still not here. I ordered a mask. I ordered a from Amazon from a Japanese shop that never came.
Did that not come?
No, that never came. That never came.
Yeah.
Which I was disappointed about. So
Was that the first batch of the masks, like in April or May?
The stay home, stay metal ones.
It was a while. It was a while.
Oh no, it was a fox mask, wasn't it?
It was a fox. It was a fox mask. Yeah, I think.
Did you order that from Japan?
Yeah, it was. Well, it went through Amazon. It was a Babymetal mask through Amazon that was from a Japanese store.
Yeah.
And it just never came. They said they dispatched it, but they said it was going to take like 2 months to arrive. And it just never did.
Yeah, I had something like that. I was supposed to get a membership card for Riho's fan club, like a physical card, and it's never come.
Yeah. So again, that goes back to why
you have enough fans to have a club.
We do, yeah. No, there's a good fan club there, and it's got a lot of good members, got good content. So you can go on the app and you can do it digitally. You don't actually. The card is just an aesthetic thing. Don't really need the card at all, but just like a cool thing to have. But yeah, no, like some things don't come. Some things probably get lost in the post office. Maybe they don't understand the English address on something that's only supposed to be sent in Japan. You know, these are guys that work in a post office. They're not English majors, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe just got lost.
So I've had trouble. It's not only with Babymetal merch though. I've had trouble with various things that I've ordered from Japan that just either get lost or missed or you know, don't arrive on time or take months. There's been plenty of times where people have sent me stuff. And I'm like, it's like 3 months later, I haven't got it. I can only assume it's lost. So I cancel it, get a refund, and then like 4 weeks later, comes in the post, and I'm like, what? You've got your refund back, but you've now got a box. You know, it's
like stuff from A-Smart, like that comes through DHL. That's usually very reliable. I haven't heard of anyone having trouble getting stuff that way. But I think if you send it to a third party or send it to Tenzo or you're ordered from someone else, you're taking a risk there that it just might not come all the way to your door. So
I'm probably going to pick something that now it's going to probably split opinion again, which is what the role I always enjoy. So I get a lot of flack for this I think for asking these questions. I see chat like, oh my god, Neon, how could you say that? Well, if I don't say it, who will?
Somebody has to.
Somebody has to. So going forward, while I've got all three of you on we've got vastly different, or you probably three in particular have vastly different opinions probably of how to go forward with Babymetal. So I'm going to ask, I'll ask Demon first because he probably have the very, very different opinion. How do you see Babymetal going forward, and what would you like?
Wow. Okay. Like, I have no idea what they're gonna do. I can only say what I hope they will do, but I have no idea. Frankly, like I'm 50-50 on they're gonna announce Momoko as third and do something a fourth album, and they could like just keep on as a duo and have my way, how I think it might go, or they could just stop.
Is that?
I don't think they will though, because like if.
Yeah,
I've watched the Chronicles and it felt like they wanted more. So I think they're not gonna stop. But as to how it's gonna go forward, I have absolutely zero idea. It could go either way.
Okay, so that goes back to my other part of the question. What do you want to see?
Yeah, what do I want? I just want them to continue as a duo. I want them to. I would like them to release like a fourth album within 2 years, and have a more prominent Moa role in them, so she can have her own songs, and maybe potentially like bring back everything that we loved, like BMD, BBM songs, Su solos, longer shows. It all can happen, and it all can happen. Doesn't have to be Momoko. Momoko doesn't have to be a permanent member, I think, for it to happen. So I that's what I want to happen. If Momoko is third member, it's cool. They can do everything as well. They can bring back BMD, a new version. They can bring BBM songs back. They can have still Moa solos, even though Momoko would be like a core member, so maybe Momoko solos. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I have no idea. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna enjoy what they bring to the table again. Um, I was kind of positively surprised about Budokan. Like the few things I've seen, it looks like a great show
Yeah.
in itself. Like it's gonna be great to watch in high quality, I think. Um, but yeah, I think we will have to wait until April, and maybe potentially at the last Budokan show, something big is gonna be announced. Like they're gonna. I don't think they will announce anything though. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like something's gonna happen in October or something like that, And I think they're just gonna try to let the COVID thing go away. Like
Yeah.
they will not want to announce anything. I think so. It's gonna be teasing and teasing, like they've been doing for like they know how to tease, and they know they don't have to
Very
deliver
good.
anyway. So it's gonna be. I think they're just gonna tease something on April. There's not gonna be any news. And yeah, potentially maybe a surprise with Momoko as third. I don't know. That's
What about you, Loon? What would you like to see?
What I would like to see is not what we have just now, if that helps. Uh, we're coming up for the end of Metal Resistance. We're coming up for Fox Day, the end of the Budokan shows. I'm hoping they're going to announce something that is going to be completely different. I don't like the duo aspect. I don't like the masked kamis. I don't like the kamis being at the back and not having solos. I mean, pretty much everything about Babymetal that we have at the moment is, apart from Momoko as an Avenger, who I want promoted to a full member, there's nothing that I particularly enjoy about it. I'm hanging on. Now I said this in the Discord the other day.
Yeah, you did.
I am hanging on to see what happens, but I'm only hanging on by a thread. If if they carry on as normal, I'm done. If they change to something that I think is worse, I'm done.
I
I've had
understand that.
enough of Koba's nonsense and all this 3 girls on stage, but only 2 in photos, if we even get a photo. And as I say, everything they've done wrong with the camis, it needs to be a complete U-turn or a complete shot off onto left field for me to carry on with it.
I understand that. I will add that. I forgot that, but yeah, Kami mask.
Camis, yeah.
Never just Zetai. Get it off. Like
Get
it's
it off.
just
Get it off. Yeah.
it's disrespectful to the musicians. I don't like it at all.
I don't like it
And
either.
I think if you're if you're like a metal fan and you just discover baby metal and you're like, why the fuck are those people like in a mask and I can't tell who they are and I can't see their expression?
Yeah.
Like it's I missed those expressions, like the smiles, the fun, the tongues being out, and being stupid with the girls and shit. I miss that. I think
Yeah.
it's too controlled. It's too like I don't know. That's what I want to change. I want to see change. Is like at least the Kami mask, and I forgot to add this. And thank you, Loon, for reminding me. I
Yeah.
don't like it. I don't think anyone likes it.
No, I don't know. Is there anybody who likes the masks? I have seen 1 or 2 people in my chat say that they do like the masks. So it's not completely
Likes them.
unanimous, but it's very far.
Point them out. I'm going to have a go.
Very few people do.
So,
Quartz is just like, I don't care.
I guess I'll answer the same question. It was like a 2-part question: what we think will happen and what we
want.
would like to happen.
Yeah, what
we
want to happen.
First of all, I'll go with what we want. Like, it sounds kind of daft, but like more of the same. Like I know a lot of people don't are kind of not really happy about what's going on right now, but I guess I'm quite a content baby metal fan in that sense. I'd like to see, a 4th album. As with Loon, as we said earlier, I'm supportive of Momoko becoming a 3rd member and maybe Maybe having Moa be part of a duo again. Definitely unmask the Kami. I'd love to hear Sue solos again. I miss Akatsuki and Rondo and Amore and No Rain No Rainbow. I'd love to see her do those again. Most of all, and this sounds selfish, but I want them to let me back into Japan so I can go to a show again. I want to go and see Babymetal again.
You're
Live,
you're
like
you're a normie
Babymetal
like us now. You're
like
you're
Babymetal
first.
live is like there's so much about their live, and the live experience is like such a big part of Babymetal for me that to be for me watching Budokan go ahead and I just can't go. It hurts because I know in normal circumstances that I would absolutely 100% be at Budokan.
I was gonna say next time you can, Paul, take me with you.
Can I just point out?
I want you guys to come with me.
I would if you could organise it that I could be there. I'd be there with a phone camera, record the whole thing. I'll have it on YouTube.
Let's go.
And I'd go. I'd travel with you. I would totally do that.
I just want a big UK show like Wembley.
Wembley would be good as well.
Where we can all go,
Like you ask us what we want, I'm going to be honest. I want to go back to shows. I want to go back to a big show in Japan. I want to have awesome times with the fans. I want to queue outside a venue for 12 hours. I want to stand in the rain before we go in and get soaked. I want to get a bruised rib in the mosh pit. I want to get drunk in an after party. I want to do everything that Babymetal is about for me again, and we can't do that now. Yeah. Fourth album, if Momoko wants it, let her be a permanent third member. Unmask the Kami. Shows. Yeah. So.
Can I just point out, Paul, that
go ahead.
If you're saying you want more of the same,
mm-hmm.
You also want Akatsuki back and Rondo back and the Kami's having solos back. That's not the same. That's the exact opposite of what we've got.
Okay. Maybe I contradicted myself there, but yeah. I mean, I guess I'm.
He has got a point there, to be fair, Paul.
But yeah, I understand, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know. It's hard to know, man. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's not the same.
I guess that's not the same.
That's far from the same.
We don't have time to go into big metal debate, so.
So yes.
Yeah.
What I think will happen is I think the band will carry on doing. Obviously, nobody can tell whether or not they get the third member or not, or the law will change or not. I'm very much for what Paul just said. Then one thing that did stick out, very content. I'm happy with what they've got now. Am I completely 100% thrilled? No, because like everybody's just said, I want the Kamis to have their masks off. I want Black Babymetal to come back. I want big, massive solos. Yeah, there's so much.
I'd kill for DMD, right?
Yeah, like we're content because like even though Babymetal are not doing those things that we described, they're still awesome.
They're still good. They're still good, and it's still awesome.
The best live show you can go to. Sue and Mo are still awesome. The Kami is awesome, but they can do these things and just make it even more awesome. So we're content, but we see things that would even thrill us even more, and we want to see those.
Yeah, that's why we're passionate. So we have opinions,
yeah,
and
we're passionate. We'd like to see those come back, and I think especially for fans who have been fans of them for a long time, they're kind of nostalgic for those times when we had a duo and we had two solos when the Kamis were unmasked.
Yeah,
people kind of want that back.
I feel like you need to hit a balance there, though.
What made them love Babymetal, so they want to see what they love about Babymetal happen again for Babymetal.
You do need to hit a balance though. There, I feel it's all well and good saying that we want this, because we're nostalgic for it, but there needs to be a 50-50 door between nostalgic and evolution. The band needs to move. The band needs to move forward.
Like they have to move forward, and they're going into a new era now. So I'm excited about what's going to come after the end of Metal Resistance. Like I assume the end of Metal Resistance is going to be maybe the end of these Budokan shows, and maybe they make a big announcement in mid-April when Budokan is over and it's a complete new era. They do something different. So like I know because I'm a baby metal lifer at this stage. Whatever they do, I'm gonna be with them. I'm not hanging on by a thread like Loon says he is. I'm all in. Like whatever they do, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna be a fan. So
How do you know?
I'm locked in. I'm just that's just me,
Well,
man.
fuck.
That's just how I
He's
feel
here
about
to
baby
stay.
metal.
But if Sue leaves, if she goes
That's it, I'm
solo
gone.
and they
Sue,
replace her,
Sue, like, no, that's over for me. Like, I
well,
say it,
so
no, like,
it's not that
no,
they can
no,
do anything.
no Sue metal, no baby metal for me. They can do anything, but
That
they
was
need to.
lame. That was lame. That was low.
No. They can do pretty much anything they want, but if they mess with Suzuka, I'm out because she's like the most important part of baby metal for me. So.
Yeah. I feel like we're underestimating Cobra as well here a little bit. We've seen
Underestimating.
nobody from the, obviously with Yui leaving, nobody would have seen the introduction of the Western and Eastern Camis. Nobody would have seen the introduction of the Avengers and stuff like that. Like, you know, he is
Cool
capable.
Like, it's not all bad. Like.
He is capable of
Like
going
Legend Metal
completely
Galaxy
left
was
field.
unbelievable. Like, having two Kami bands at once was
having two Kami bands, having all
know?
5 girls dancing on stage, like as much
That
as
was
maybe you didn't
crazy,
agree, that was like 2 years of build up for that moment, and it
That
paid
was
off
insane.
spectacularly. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
LMG was like unbelievable, and that was just before they locked down. So, like their last big arena show was like unbelievably fantastic and new, and everyone was like, "Wow, this is so new and creative and fun." And so, like, they're still there. They're still doing like new things. They're still taking it to new levels.
The only thing
I'm excited.
the only thing that leaves a bad taste in my mouth for Legend Metal Galaxy is when they did that, when they had all 5 girls on stage that one time. I fucking loved it. I thought that was just such a great thing. And the thing is that happened, and I'm never gonna get that moment again, ever.
But with the 5,
with the 5 girls,
that was a one-time thing. Like,
I was when I first saw that, when I was reacting to it, I was like, oh my god, because I thought that was maybe the direction they were originally gonna go. I thought they'd had the Avengers here for so long. I just thought 5 girls on the stage, like maybe that's the way forward.
Yeah.
And then it was just like. It was just a one-off thing, as great as it was, and I was just like, "Oh, I feel a slight bit burnt about that."
It was so awesome. Like, I mean, IDZ, BMC debut, Night Night Burn debut, Imagine I debuted as well. Brand New Day. Did I say Brand New Day already? But no, LMG was special.
Yeah, Goods just put. I have to chime in. Sorry with this comment. Goods just put a baby metal with an orchestra at some point. I've honest to God, I've just read that. I just read that and I thought that sounds fucking awesome.
I think I love it.
that sounds like it would be fucking awesome.
They kind of did that a little bit at Legend S. They had a piano, they had strings when Suzuka was singing her solos. So they added other elements to the band, shall we say?
Yeah.
Piano and violins, I guess. So yeah, expand on that. That would be cool.
Yeah, but like I said, going back to underestimating Cobra and the way that the lore, he can weave the lore in and out. Like I said, things are gonna change. We hope things are gonna change after Budokan shows and stuff like that when the lore ends. And a new era begins. There's nothing to say that we could be here saying, oh, it might be a permanent third. It might not be a permanent third. And we could be sat here again, all 3 of us, in 6 months' time going, well, we didn't fucking see that happening, did we? That is a complete left turn that none of us expected. They could be that direction as well. They could be. We don't know. We don't know.
I hope they don't go so off the road that we're not capable of, imagining it, because I think that would suck, actually.
So
yeah,
I can't imagine like a direction that they would take that we wouldn't foresee, and that we would like, because we know what we want and what we would like, and I mean. If you can't foresee it, it's probably gonna suck. So
yeah,
there's always that. So, but then again, when has Koba ever done anything by the books?
Like I couldn't foresee that Koba was gonna mask the Kamis, and that was bad, right? So yeah,
Yeah, like some
don't
decisions are
don't do
very
anything stupid,
questionable.
Koba,
Like,
please. Consult others.
yeah, like Mask and the Camis was a bit of a weird one. The costume and image change at Dark Knight Carnival and the few shows before it was very weird. It has like the Medusa hairstyle and the black costumes and 5 dancers, and that was very weird.
She reminded me from the lead
like,
singer of the
some
Rasmus
people
for
love
that show.
but yeah, like this, like the snakes in the hair kind of thing, or I call it the burnt Christmas tree.
The burnt Christmas tree look.
They kind of look like burnt Christmas tree. But no, that one was kind of weird. The Mask and the Camis. Yeah, there's been a few gaps along the way.
Yeah,
It's like because Loon and I were big fans of reactions, and obviously that's how we know you, Neon. That's how we got to know you. So it's like when you're introducing baby metal to people, especially metal people that are a bit like, on the fence about baby metal, and they want, what they want is musicianship, respect for the musicians and stuff like that. And then you have to explain to people like, yeah, Koba just felt like masking the musicians for no reason. Like, we don't know why, but before that it was better. Like, they were making facial expressions and doing solos and stuff, and now we have to explain that, yeah, they used to be better. Like, it's hard to explain to people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's annoying. Like, no, they can be good, they are good, but it's just like it's a bump in the road. I'm sure Koba is gonna come to his senses, and it's gonna be better.
Yeah,
But it's
I
so
do, I
hard.
do miss that though.
It's so hard to
I
try
do
to
miss
explain to people. Yeah.
I do miss the expressions
I
like.
think the thing with that is you just don't explain it. If you're introducing somebody, you only show them the old stuff. Don't show them any of the new
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I do actually. So
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. No, I do miss the expressions of the Kami bands. I mean, it used to be awesome to see like Omora with the eyes wide
Can't
open
hear
and
anyone.
the tongue out. You lost me.
We can hear you. I don't know, if you can't hear us, there's no point me saying that, is there?
No, I can hear. Yeah, no.
I mean, when you had those shots of you had Bo in the background of the girls, and he was down low, like almost hitting the ground with his crutch, and it was like like this.
Yeah.
I know even if he does this now, it's like it's not the same. Like, he's not gonna do it with his mask. I feel like he doesn't even do it anymore. Like it doesn't bother. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like they were so much more involved, and it helped them. I feel like the Kami helped them into making them more acceptable, like, for
definitely 100%. Yeah.
more people.
The
And
Kami has been huge for baby metal.
yeah, and I'm not saying like they're the front and center of everything, but they're the backbone, and they've helped baby metal so much to get into the spotlight and the mainstream media and music industry and everything.
Yeah.
Dude,
so it's a step backwards.
Do baby metal for this new album? If there is a new album announced or whatever released in 2022, I don't think we'll see anything this year. Maybe a teaser song or something like that towards the end of this year, maybe. But
I feel like in April we might have like a teaser of a new album actually for 2002.
2020, 2022. I think they might mention something. I think we'll probably see like a track drop. I reckon about November
because
or
there's
December.
Been so little new stuff. Like, I don't think it's ever been this long since we've had a new song.
Yeah.
Like, in the history of.
It's been a long time.
It's been a really long time since we had a new song. So I feel like maybe we might get a teaser at the end of Budokan, and that's what Koba is doing. He's preparing this.
I hope for the next album they go a little bit I don't think heavy is the word, but more.
Oh yeah, go heavy, please.
I would like them to go heavy. I know there's many people that disagree with that. They like
heavy, poppy, but heavy.
Yeah, I just want I want more metal resistance kind of stuff. Like I said, that nice blend between the girls and the camis kind of rocking off was for me was the perfect combination. That was probably why I probably not like I said, dislikes the wrong word. That I hold Metal Galaxy probably less above the other two albums, because there's nothing like that on the Metal Galaxy. It is very completely left wing direction. They could go completely left wing direction again for a fourth album. There's so many directions they could go. Again, from a personal thing though, I want them to go a bit heavier. Again, I want more metal. I think it's a must. I mean, metal's in the name. I feel like we've had 2 years of probably not metal now, and I want like another 2 years of metal again.
I want more songs like Kimito Anime Gamitai. I want more songs like this.
Yeah,
fast. It's the perfect blend of everything for me.
Yeah, fast paced, drums going, Sue singing, Moa dancing her ass off, fast and ferocious. Yeah, no, that's the direction.
Moi vocals, it had everything in my opinion. Like, it's a trademark song, you know. Even though it's a cover, it's like it's the best cover ever. Then, it's the best cover ever.
I apologize if anybody can hear that. My cat is obviously attacking a box right now. Hey, it's a box.
Can we see her?
Oh no, she's. I've got like boxes on the table. I've got my box where I still bought my computer last year, and I've literally got like a ton of cardboard boxes. I've got my PS5 box as well, just because I'm one of those weird people that likes to keep their boxes when they get stuff. So I always like stack them in that corner there. But obviously cats like boxes as well. So I could tell she's playing with the box in the background. So I'll have to go and boot her in a minute if she continues. Yeah, you've been warned.
Can I ask a question to Loon?
Of course you can. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Loon, you always like to mention something about SG on these podcasts. So I just wondering, what is your, I guess, your latest thoughts on what they've been doing recently and what might happen for the rest of this final year?
Oh, I think his mic's gone. I think he's yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that because that's a good point. I do want to.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear us, Loon?
Is it just me that can't hear Paul? Well, we can't hear you as well. Are you there?
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Actually, Paul asked you a question though, so.
Okay.
Well, while Loon's got more technical problems, do you want to?
I think Loon. Yeah, okay, it's coming back.
He's coming back.
Like, if you can remember the question Paul asked, because.
Yeah.
Oh, back.
Yeah, you're back. There you go.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Can you hear Paul? No, you can't.
Can you hear me?
No.
You can't hear Paul.
Okay,
just leave Paul and come back. Yeah.
Let me refresh. Yeah, let me refresh.
Jesus Christ, technical problems, man. This may be a good time to say that if you want to support me on Patreon or subscribe to YouTube or anything like that, I could get better equipment for these things instead of relying on Discord. So this reminds me of a good chance to let me know. Have I ever told you guys as well about the Neon Reaper Pink Chan Fund? It is a real thing for charity, mostly me. Donate graciously for Neon to own an Amora Pink Chan guitar.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Loon, did you hear my question?
Jamie's like, stop asking. We're still having a bit of technical problems, it looks like.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think Loon can hear you.
Yeah. No, I can hear everybody except Paul.
You can hear. Paul's question to you was obviously you like bringing up Sakura Gaikuin on the podcast. So he wanted to ask you about obviously the thoughts of Sakura Gaikuin coming into this year. What your thoughts are, them are, and how you think they'll handle the whole situation of them ending towards the end of the year.
I honestly don't know. I can tell you what I want to happen, but I don't know how they're actually going to go ahead with it. It's I mean, with Babymetal, you kind of know what to expect, but with Sakura Gakuin and the way that they're actually going to end, I genuinely don't know. All I can tell you is, I'll be crying.
Me too.
Aside from that, I don't know.
So, it's probably a good thing that they probably keep it a secret. I probably prefer it that way. I'd prefer going into the last show for Sakura Gakuin not knowing anything at all if I can help it, and just let it be a surprise, and hopefully let the emotions flow. And I'm sure I'll do a reaction of that. There'll be more neon tears. For that, I tell you what, there's nothing that's broken me as much as that Sakura Gakuin video of Sue leaving. Oh my freaking god, that was torture, absolute torture. So, but yes, there's loads of things that are obviously going on, loads of things that we'd like to see. But at the end of the day, Babymetal is something I think that is unanimous in the support and love at the minute.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe, like I said, they could go in a completely different direction. My predictions for Babymetal are that I'm going to call it now is my heart says that they're going to announce a third member. My head says that they won't. So I'm going to go with my head rather than my heart for this one. I'm gonna say that there is going to be no announcement for a third member. I think they're going to continue as a duo. I think we'll have an announcement for a fourth album, and I reckon it will drop 2022. So that's how I think it's going to go down.
Yeah,
basically what I think.
Yeah, it's a realistic
I
expectation.
think there will be an announcement for a third girl. It'll come at the end of Budokan, after Fox Day. But I don't think we'll get an album.
Don't think we'll get an
So
album.
so they just announced a third member and no album.
If they'll announce the third member and what's gonna change is it's the end of Metal Resistance, so they'll announce that. But I don't think we'll get an album announcement yet.
Yeah, maybe
not later on in the year, but not now.
Not now.
But if they get a perma third, like you could assume they're gonna go for a fourth, right?
everybody can see my cat going crazy in the background. So they're running around playing, both of them.
Yeah, like if they announce a third, like that's like
you hear what Paul gets
to
say?
Continue. You're not in Luna's in hearing me.
Yeah, go on, Paul. We can hear you, mate.
Like if there's a third member, I think like they've probably been working on new material then for a while. Like they're not just going to say, oh, there's a third member now, and start recording the day after that. They're going to be like, they're going to have.
Oh no, they'll be working on
stuff.
It now. Yeah, they'll
be working on stuff now, and they probably have been working on stuff. Maybe during the pandemic, they probably know what's going to happen. They've known what's going to happen maybe for a while. They just haven't told us, So we'll see. I mean, whatever happens, and we'll take it as it comes.
Yeah, Ghost is predicting a mic for Momoka, and Momo will get more singing on the new album. So
yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'd be happy with that.
Quartz is going a completely different route. He's predicting that they will announce 2 new Avengers.
Likely.
One from Sakura Gaikuin and one from somewhere else, and continue the way going forwards. I feel like after everything we talked about, I feel like that would be the most disappointing outcome. To keep it the same, and not
to bring in new Avengers. That you don't like that idea?
Nah, that's my least. I don't think it's a bad idea because I would never have known about Momoko, Kano, and Rio if it wasn't for the Avengers in the first place.
It's like the same feeling as when they announced Eastern Kamis. I prefer Western Kamis, but
You
They're
prefer
just
West or
rotating
Kamis?
session. Yeah, I meant the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah, but you get my drift. Like it's the
Yeah,
same. It's just rotating session performers and rotating session musicians,
Yeah.
and they're gonna get new ones. So we'll be like, yeah, I'm not sure about the new ones, but yeah, eventually maybe we get used to them as well. It's just the same as the Kamis for me.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people are saying that they predict obviously 2 new more Avengers, maybe 1 or 2 new songs being dropped, and a live concert, or maybe a live stream. I think.
Well, they're doing
possibly.
they're doing live concerts. Do they mean live stream?
Yeah, I think it probably mean
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a live stream, with the 2
Yeah.
girls.
Just a question then for the commenters. Like, who did they think these 2 new Avengers are going to be? Like, they mentioned maybe one of them would be an SG. Do they have anyone in mind? Maybe
Yui?
Yeah, yeah, Yui.
Yui new Avenger.
Nah.
Yeah, that's a good solid question, guys. If you were in chat right now, who would you have? If you could
said that,
yeah,
can they
highly
elaborate on who an SG they think is suitable or likely, maybe?
Loon has to answer that because I'm not familiar with new.
Well,
Yeah, Loon
I
probably
would,
has
Demon,
the
but
take on
you're the
that.
only one I can hear.
Sakura Gaikuin. Somebody from chat said maybe replace some of the Avengers with Sakura Gaikuin girls. We were just chatting like if you could replace one of the Avengers with Sakura Gaikuin girls, who's the most likely?
Current girls or former girls?
If
If it's former
both.
girls, then I would love to see Egu on there.
Megumi?
She's
Yeah.
a great dancer. She'd be great. Current girls. I mean, you have to go for the cute ones, so it would have. But they're so young. But I would say
the current
Yumi
members
and Sakia.
are too young. You're talking about graduates.
Yeah.
Really, I think.
Yeah. I love this theory the most. Everybody is going to be replaced in Babymetal by singing tomatoes. I feel that's totally the way forward. That's it. We're
I
done.
think Yui would like that.
I think Moa would disagree. She'd be after some burgers. They need to throw a burger in there.
Like some pizza and some burgers with those tomatoes.
Pizza time. Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, what Loon's just brought up. Then they're not going to have 15-year-olds now when Sue and Moa are 22, 23. I don't see
members
that
of SG. I think that's like Kano was super young when she performed. Started off with Babymetal. She was 14, so I don't think they're gonna go back to that kind of age bracket. She's just exceptional as a performer, so that's why she probably got.
Yeah, I would
the
dig Ayami then.
Ayami?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, Ayami's got a new album out now. She's very much a solo artist.
Yeah, she's kind of doing her own thing now.
She's doing her own thing at the minute.
Yeah, I would be thinking like someone like maybe Hannah. Hannah would be good.
Hannah would be a good one. I'd agree with Hannah as well. I think Ayami is definitely destined to do something with Babymetal at some point.
You think so?
Yeah, I can see it. Whether or not it's just a one-off, maybe like Babymetal featuring Ayami or something like that. I feel like that's just a big nod on their head that I think that's something that needs to happen. The situation with that though is I know that Ayami and the Muse didn't leave on the best of terms.
Yeah, maybe.
So I think that's the only issue.
Yeah, well, it's not the only issue because Ayami's a much better singer than Sue. So
Let's go.
Damn! Shot fired.
That's just disrespectful, man.
We're definitely seeing a lot of hashtags ban Loon now.
Suephobia.
So Bot's going to be watching this podcast later going, I totally agree with you, Loon. Bot will have you back. Marina and Ayami wouldn't fit. Hannah by far is the best fit. Yeah, I feel like Hannah is also a good thing.
Yeah.
The only reason why I say Ayami is because of the situation of the law that of the beginning of Babymetal when she was originally supposed to be the Sue of Babymetal until she gave it to Sue. So I don't know. It's just something I would like.
I don't know where you got that one, man. That's I've never heard that one.
No, I believe that we were talking about it in a couple of episodes ago on my podcast.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I believe they had when they lined up a Babymetal at first, they had originally planned for Ayami and Sue's role. I believe. I think it was Ayami wanted her own career and handed that role to Sue.
That's news to me, man.
I've
heard that too.
So at least that's what I've been told. At least that was what we were talking about.
Okay.
So I am correct there. Is that right, Loon? So I've got me down myself now.
Well, I've heard that story. So
yeah, that's what we were brought up. It was on what episode was it? I believe it was episode 2, possibly, or maybe episode 3 of the podcast. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. But we were talking.
I'm not sure about that. I'd like to see that written down somewhere, or I don't know, something to confirm, because it sounds a little bit.
I believe it was in an interview, Loon, or something, or Ayami came out and said it. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and link which episode of the podcast that we were talking about that in.
I want to say it was in one of the diaries, but I'd be lying if I said it was definitely that.
There is something out there. I know that much. Yeah. Where it is or what it's called.
That would kind of go against something that was in the Kadokawa the interview, because I think Koba said, maybe I mistranslated it, but he said that he was at a Karen Girl show, and he was kind of inspired to do Babymetal because he saw Karen Girls, and Suzuka stood out as someone who
someone's going to have to
a unique kind of vocalist.
Tell me what Paul's saying.
So yeah, I think Sue kind of inspired Babymetal, so it would be weird if Ayami was originally supposed to be the vocal and dance. But I'm open to being corrected on that. I never heard that before, to be honest.
So I'll have to do some more research and find out what episode. I believe it was episode. I got a sneak.
Find something.
I got a sneak
because I'd like to.
Yeah, the best person to know about that would be Bart in my Discord. He's an Ayami fanatic. So if there's any person that would know, I believe it would be him.
I know a lot about Babymetal, and I thought I pretty much heard everything, but that's something that kind of escaped me. So I'd like to see that,
So oh yeah, Loon's just left. I was just about to talk to Loon again.
Yeah, I think he can't hear some of us.
Yeah. So I like I said, guys, I do apologize. We are having some technical hitches tonight. It is a bit of a nightmare. So I do apologize. So thank you everybody in the chat as well for bearing with us. If you're watching this on YouTube as well, thank you so much for.
Is Demon still there? I haven't heard from
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
yeah. He's quiet.
He's still
enjoying the show.
After overwhelming pressure from chat, I have now officially banned Lou.
Nice. Yeah. Good on you, man.
If I don't put my camera on, I can everyone.
So just leave your camera off then, Loon, if that's the case.
On audio,
just stay on audio if you want to, man. We're coming.
At least we can hear each other.
Yeah, we're coming near the end anyway, so it's not too much of a massive issue. But yeah, I have heard that I will find out more information about that, and I'll try and link it in the description below.
Pass it on if you find out more.
Because it was on one of my podcasts, previous episodes. I want to say episode 3. I'm pretty damn certain it was episode 3. But yeah, no, I'll get back to that. Bot will know. So yeah, so we're at that time now. Again, I want to keep this. I know we could keep going into 3 hours here, but I believe Demon said you had a time limit of about 2 hours.
Yeah, I have to move for a friend tomorrow.
So yeah, so it's no problem. So I'm gonna wrap this episode up a little bit earlier than I usually would. So no 3 hour episode for the first time ever. Although we are, yeah, but we are still on a. We are still on a juicy 2 hours and 20 minutes, so we're getting there. But what I want to do is the same thing we do at the end of every show, and we let chat take this. So chat, this is your time now. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask any of us for our opinions, or anybody in particular, whether it be Loon, Paul, or Demon, ask them any questions and what they think or anything like that. Now is the time. Now is the time to do it. So. And Jamie asks favorite baby metal dance move.
Right off the bat would be on Java, I think. When when I don't know when, but like I just love the just the choreography on the song actually is great. I love Java. But there's just a point where it's just hip dancing from Yui, you know? And you can clearly tell that she's a better dancer there than anyone else in the band. Like she does it like flawlessly.
I'm gonna say,
and it's a bit clumsy. Moa is doing it a bit clumsy, a bit like just you know, she's doing okay. I mean, she's doing it much better than I ever could.
You're gonna get more fans angry.
But it just shows that like Yui is a master of dance, and we miss her very much.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite dance move.
What about you?
My
Lou?
favorite dance move is the train in Ine.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
both. What about you, Paul?
I like the fight scene in IDZ. It's not really a dance move. It's more so choreography.
Yes.
And also there's like in some versions of Akatsuki there's a fight scene. If you look back to Legend S, there was like a really cool moment where Sue was kind of fighting with her former self, or like a version of herself from the past. That was really cool. It was like,
oh yeah,
yeah. So any of the kind of combat scenes in IDZ or Akatsuki, I love that. I think that's so cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna probably pick the most obvious one, just purely as a reaction standpoint. When I first seen it for the first time, I was just it was just so adorable and cute. But I'm gonna say Headbanger. Just seeing them in their tutus while they were doing that. Sue singing and going backward. I like that one because I feel like Sue gets really involved during the chorus. When you see the two girls move forward and Yui and Moa move back, and Sue intertwining with the headbangers when they all morph together and stuff like that. It's just really good. I do like that. I think when I seen that the very first time, I was like, that's so cool. I can't. And the thing is every time I see Headbanger, when we react to it or we watch a concert on Twitch, you just can't help but just.
Yeah. Headbanger too, like the bowing down and worshiping bazooka. Yeah. That's awesome.
It's just so good. We've got another question, one from Good. Question for you all. Do you believe we will ever see Moa really, I love how he has to put that in caps, really play guitar live on a baby metal show?
In 10 years, maybe?
It's possible. The really makes sense there because in my opinion it was more of a kind of a mime thing at Legend M, and that's from I guess from the crowd's perspective rather than the recording. So I think she can play guitar, and I think they should have let her do it live because I think she can do it, and it was quite a simple riff. So it's kind of disappointing that they didn't let her do it live, or maybe she didn't want to do it live. Maybe she thought like she might make a mistake or something. So no, she can do it, and I think I wouldn't rule that out. I wouldn't rule anything out, but maybe not. Yeah.
What about you, Loon? How do you feel about that?
Well, you see, I'm a true believer here. I think I think she was playing when they did the Rob Halford thing. Turned down in the mix, but during the Rob Halford thing, I think she was playing.
No way, man.
Yeah.
Okay. She might have been down in the mix, but even then, her rhythm was not with the song.
Yeah, but she's still playing, and I also believe that she was playing at Legend M. Now, whether they overdubbed that or played a backing track, I don't know. She did say in an interview that she did practice it. She did do it, so I believe she did play it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna cop out and say only the Fox God knows.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So, because honestly, I don't know. I'm the same boat with Loon a little bit. I like the thought that I think she plays it. I'm not the most amazing guitarist myself, so I could see why they'd want to dub over it if she was not amazing at it as well, especially for such a iconic moment.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
He's got the axe out.
So
Yeah, I think
it's almost like Mikio's guitar, but
I think that the Kami band has literally some of the best guitarists.
This is our times to flex.
Oh my god, that's metal as fuck, man.
There we go. Like you have Omura, you have Lida there or Leda. You have like some of the best guitarists in the world, so it makes sense for them to play the instruments, and for Sue to do her thing, which is singing, and Moa to do her thing, which is dancing and entertaining and making everyone happy. So I think they're happy in what they do.
Yeah.
They're not looking to switch roles anytime soon.
And then Ghost says Rio came along and showed the girls what dancing really is.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody says anything for that. They're just like, oh, all right.
Ghost is a big Yui, or a big Freudian slip there, a big Riho fan, like myself. In my opinion, Riho is probably the best dancer that Babymetal have had on stage. She's just unbelievable.
Maybe I don't know Rio enough to tell.
Yeah.
I just can tell that Yui was the best dancer out of the three. Maybe not Sue. I don't know, because Sue actually doesn't really dance, right?
She does a little bit, but she's primarily the vocalist. I think she does like kind of the dance moves to, I guess, be in sync with the other members. Like parts of the dance moves.
Sue can definitely dance.
She also has to sing.
So. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's probably a bit too hard on her lungs
to
dance.
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna say like Yui's the best of the three, because I actually don't know about Sue. Maybe she's great as well, because we've had reports that she was great, and we still remember the show in Sakura Gakuen show where she's dancing her like hearts out, and she looks like she's just a talented dancer as well. So I don't know.
Like she has to sing all the songs and dance at the same time, so that's extremely difficult to do that for an hour without stopping or getting a rest. So
yeah,
she is the toughest job, I think, of anyone up there, because she has to do both. She has to sing and dance and entertain. So.
Jen's got a question for me, but I'm going to expand this to everybody. He goes, if you were to introduce a random person to Babymetal, I feel like this is Demon's job 24/7 anyway. What song would you use? He goes, he would use Headbanger to introduce somebody to Babymetal. For me, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna divide that question in, because he does say random person. If it's a random person, it's somebody I don't know, depending on their choice, I would go for something like probably Gimme Chocolate. I think Gimme Chocolate's just that really cool song where it's cute, it's metal as well, fast paced, and it's just a bit of there's dancing, there's a bit of everything. I think Gimme Chocolate is probably one of the first songs. It has all that wow factors, because you're looking at that going, oh, that's cute, and then it kicks in, and you're like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, and then you go back to, oh, well, that's cute. So Gimme Chocolate. If it was a friend of mine, like predominantly a lot of my friends are listen to metal, I would say that's a little bit of a harder one, and I would probably say probably Road of Resistance or something like that. It would have to be something where the Kami band can shine. A little bit. Yeah, she's attacking my legs.
There's the cat.
There's the kitty. So now she's off. She's playing.
That's cute.
Yeah, I would say something like that. Something that's fast paced, shows off the we forget how technically sound the Kami band is as well. How like just absolutely crazy good they are. So you can tell that I can tell that every time I put Rocksmith in, and I have like no problems playing a metal song, and then every time it goes to Babymetal, and you should just see how technical it is. You're just like, fuck me. You get a newfound respect for the Kamis in a metal sense. Yeah. But yeah, if I was seeing it to a random person, it would be Gimme Chocolate.
Yeah. I would this is kind of cheating, but I'm going to say three kind of songs that I would give them as a group to listen to. I'd start off with Megitsune because I think it's like the quintessential baby metal song. It kind of defines baby metal in a way. It's one that they started from the beginning, and they've probably performed it more than any song, and it never gets old. It's still like a massive crowd pleaser. It's an awesome song. For the real hardcore metal fans, I would tell them to listen to the introduction into Rondo by the Kami and just listen to how awesome and powerful Suzuka is when she actually sings Rondo after that intro. And then just to kind of seal the deal, I would say watch IDZ and just see the um, the girls running in from either side and the flames and the fight scene, and I think that would seal the deal. They would be they'd fall down the foxhole after that.
Sorry, what about
Hey,
you?
I'm surprised.
Oh, sorry, go
I'm
on.
surprised nobody picked the song I'm going to pick.
Go on.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Because it has a Kami solo at the start. It has Yui and Moa and Sue all singing, and it has an amazing dance for it.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
What about you, Demon? The man that converts the masses on YouTube.
No,
for
it would
reactors.
it would just be like a matter of who I'm talking with, but like the list of songs I'm thinking about is like Megitsune, obviously. Like it has to be in the conversation. For hardcore or like metal people who think like, yeah, I'm not sure I want to listen to J-pop and metal mixed together. BMD, right in their faces. Then you
Baby
have
metal death.
yeah, Opinion to the Left. Like yeah, that is metal. Like shut up.
Oh,
Then you have
clearly, yeah.
Road of Resistance. That is a good staple song. Like just
Yeah.
I mean the live one from Japan. And then
Yeah.
maybe I don't
New
know.
Year's Fox Festival in Saitama.
Yeah, and if you like more poppy stuff, I don't know. There's a huge list, I guess. It all
Yeah.
depends. It just depends the person you're talking with, really.
Yeah, I agree with Demon there. Like, if you're talking to somebody you know, you kind of have an idea as to what they might like, and then you would maybe modify the song you would recommend to them based on that. Like, what will they like? What baby metal song will maybe appeal to them, and what will make them maybe listen to more songs? So I think it maybe does depend on who you're introducing
Yeah.
as to what song you would say to listen to first. You know.
I've got to ask as well. Obviously, being a reactor, when I first heard baby metal, I was completely blown away. Obviously, I fell down the foxhole so hard. Obviously, 2 years later, I'm still doing it. It's crazy. It's crazy to think it's been 2 years already. But have you come across any reactors yet that just didn't like baby metal? Have you had any like
Just
negative
didn't
response?
like.
Yeah, just because it's a thing.
Only those who abandoned early, I think maybe.
Yeah.
But most
Yeah.
people, if they dig it well enough, like they have, most people that have like that have some, I don't know how to say it, but like sincerity, they have to acknowledge the fact that they're they at least have to respect like what they do and who they appeal to. I feel like, and
Yeah.
when people really dislike it, I feel like it's because they haven't dug well enough.
Yeah.
Like they haven't
Yeah.
given a chance enough. But even if you don't like it, you have to respect what they're doing. I feel like.
Yeah. I
For sure.
remember someone on YouTube who made a video that was like comparing Poppy to Baby Metal
Oh yeah,
or
I remember that.
mention so like that guy when he basically criticized Baby Metal like if reactors criticize Baby Metal and speak negatively about them online, they don't last long because the Baby Metal fans can be pretty ruthless when it comes to defending Baby Metal, and if you disrespect Baby Metal or talk negatively about Baby Metal, they will come after you, and you probably won't do more videos again that disrespect Baby Metal. It's kind of it's kind of sad to say. Like I remember I made a comment on that guy's video, and he commented back, and he said like, "You won't believe the amount of like abuse that I got for saying negative, like for talking about Baby Metal that way." And he was like, "No, I'm just not even gonna touch Baby Metal again because I don't want this." I don't want these messages. I don't want people attacking me. So
BM fans can be overprotective. Like it's
No, they
so
can be.
it's because of it's PTSD. You know, you're like
Yeah.
we are well I say we like a general we, but we are sick of like criticism for criticism's sake. You know,
Hmm.
it's just like so many people just hate because it's not like the metal they think metal should be,
Should
and
be, yeah.
they have no
Yeah.
reason to hate. Actually, they have no real criticism. It's
Admittedly,
just
Yeah.
admittedly, like I said, I've said this in the past. I was originally one of those people. I'd heard before I did my my first reaction of Baby Metal. I'd actually heard of Baby Metal about years ago before.
Mm.
But I heard them, seen some pictures, and then before even listening to them, dismissed them
Mm.
because just from the appearance alone. And yes,
Yeah.
yes, I was younger. I was into a lot more heavier stuff. And if I could go back in time and slap younger me, I would do. All
oh,
right.
you have no idea. You have no idea.
There we go.
But
I, yeah, I have a story of conversation with my best friend on Messenger in early February 2015. I sent him the
Right.
MV of Ed Banger, right? And I said after I sent it, the video, I said my new favorite band, but like semi sarcastically, you know.
Yeah.
And years later, I fell on the foxhole, and I remembered that I knew about them and that I knew some MVs. I knew about them, right? But I slept on them. So
Mm.
I went and dug and searched for that conversation, and I was like, I was such a fucking idiot because if I only had
Yeah.
seen a live video, I'm sure I would have fallen down the hole much sooner.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it's yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was how young the girls was for me as well. When I seen the picture of how
Yeah.
because they were, I think they were like I said, they were Yui and Mo would have been 12 when I seen this when they first started. I must have seen just I think they were on a cover of a mag or something, or there was something. I used to buy a lot of Metal Hammers and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah.
And I just flicked through the picture and I just seen him. I was just like, "What the hell is this?" And
Yeah.
young naivety. You just kind of dismiss it a little bit. You just like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not metal. Then you flick back to the page
Yeah.
of Metallica or Slipknot, where just Slipknot versus album was still in full flow and all hope was gone. Those are the things
the
that we're
thing
in.
is, I didn't even dismiss them. I
Mhm.
liked it. Like I thought, like, oh, you're cute, you're funny, Japan. Like you did something fun again, you know, out of the like it's totally out there, it's Japan-like. I was like, yeah, it's fun, it's cool. I actually liked the songs. I
Yeah,
actually
Yeah.
liked Gimme Chocolate. I liked Headbanger. I liked Megitsune. The only issue is that I had never thought that they could do something live that was as good, even better than
Mm.
the MVs. You know, I was like,
yeah.
okay, this is just a gimmick, like an MV thing. Like
That's what I
they,
thought it
they have
was, a
two or
gimmick.
three MVs, it's
Yeah.
fun, but they're not
Like
gonna be
I
live.
was the opposite to that. Like as soon as I heard about them, which was like in, I think it was March of 2014. Like within 2 weeks, I was like booking tickets for
I wish I was like you.
their show at London, the show at the London Forum, which they played like just like a couple of days after Sonisphere. It was like in a small venue in Kentish Town in London, and I went to that show, and that was my first one. And like everything sparked off from there. Like, and like it's so cool even nowadays because I talked to like some members of the French baby metal fan community, and like some of them went to the first, I think it was the first ever show that they did in Europe, which was
Paris, yeah.
in Paris in 2014, and like they held up like I think it was Happy Birthday Yui signs, and she did Yui Banger. So uh yeah, so like these are, I guess, kind of the original overseas fans that kind of embraced them from immediately when they started going overseas. So
Yeah,
it's kind of cool to kind of have been part of that first wave of support for baby metal overseas. And I'm glad I did commit back then, that I didn't just kind of say, oh, this is not really for me, or this is, you know, not something that I'm going to really pay much attention to. I took the jump at the time, and in hindsight, I'm glad I did. You know,
yeah.
that I didn't just leave it.
Was
Yeah,
love at first sight for you
envious
as well,
of that.
Loon, wasn't it? Loon, is he here? Is he fell asleep? I wouldn't be surprised. He sat in his sat in his chair, falling asleep. Loon, are you there?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
There he is. He's
was
like,
that,
he's like,
Now that his webcam is gone.
He just woke up.
He's just woke up. He's like, oh, okay.
I couldn't sleep even if I wanted to. There's so much noise coming from my next door.
Fair enough. I was just gonna say it was love for at first sight for you, wasn't it, for Babymetal?
Yeah, I think so.
It was, yeah.
So
You saw Yui.
he saw
that
you.
was
That
it?
was
Yeah.
He was
That was
When
it,
was
yeah.
that, Loon? When was your first experience of Babymetal?
Next February the 18th is my 4th anniversary.
Okay,
Damn.
so 20.
18, right?
2017, yeah.
Okay, 2017.
Uh-huh.
That was
This is 2020.
a few years in.
nice.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
yeah.
I just seen one of the comments from chat as well. Was there seriously a reactor who did that? I can't remember. My chat's gone so far up, so I apologize. Someone.
I don't know what you call them, a reactor, but they make music theme videos. I don't know what the definition of a reactor is, but someone criticized Babymetal and got absolutely destroyed by
And then re-uploaded
the fan base.
the video and cried again. Someone's just put that. Someone's just put that. Apparently, a reactor did a video.
There was another incident where there was a guy called Benji Webb. He was a member of a British metal band.
Yeah.
And he was part of presenting an award to Babymetal, I think in 2014, I want to say, or maybe even 2016.
Yeah.
When they came to the UK, and basically Suzuka was accepting the award up on stage. They got called up on stage, and she was doing her speech.
Yeah.
And this guy was just jeering her and interrupting her and everything, and he got just absolutely destroyed on social media by Babymetal fans from overseas, from Japan.
Yeah.
And it was so severe that he literally got ran off Twitter. He never posted again after that, and he had to respond years later in an interview saying that, talking about the situation and how it basically kind of ruined everything for him. So I think there's a reason why people don't criticize Babymetal, because if you ask any metal artist, they'll either say they support Babymetal or they just won't say anything. Because if you criticize Babymetal publicly, if you come out on social media or on TV or on Twitch or on YouTube, and you disrespect Babymetal or speak negatively, get ready for the backlash, because it's coming, and Babymetal fans will show no mercy when it comes to defending their girls. So
I've been quite lucky with that. Although I think people know that obviously I'm a diehard fan by now. Like I said, I managed to see my first show literally a month before lockdown happened, which was amazing. I'm thankful I managed to get that. The only problem now is now I had that little taste, and then a month later, freaking the world went to shit. And I need more.
I think I know.
Sorry, Luke. Go on,
I was going to say, I think I know who the reactor was that was mentioned in chat. It was like a married couple. He was like a white guy, and his wife was black. And they put up the video, and they absolutely slated them.
Yeah.
And then they took it down and re-uploaded it and apologized for having to go at them, and suddenly they were in love with Babymetal.
No, but wait. Actually, what they did is
this is a long time ago. This is at least 3
No,
years
the
ago.
one that was mentioned in chat, because they were talking about it.
Oh, sure. No, there is a newer one. There is one where there was a black guy and a white guy and a black girl, and they were talking about Babymetal. I never actually watched it, but
what do you mean
that's what it
recently?
was.
Because it's been
like in the last week or two.
Oh, okay, then no idea.
Is that something
talking about in the chat?
Is that something that happens a lot? People because obviously there's a popularity. There's a reason I kept going with Babymetal as well. I'm no saint to that respect. I knew that Babymetal pulled in the views originally, and now I think my time with Babymetal is probably drawn to a close. I think for many people in that respect, because now I've seen everything there is to see, and I do this now out of just love for the band. You guys pushed me down the hole, and I'm still falling. So I could stop. It doesn't generate as many views for me anymore as it does for a new reactor, but I just do it out of pure love because I enjoy it, and I love the band.
Yeah. I think you have to love it, Neon. I think if you didn't love Babymetal, you wouldn't keep with it, because there's a lot of frustrating elements to being a Babymetal fan. It's not easy.
I know.
So if you really have to love it to keep with it. If you didn't love it, you just wouldn't be here. So. But we all, although we have different opinions, we all love Babymetal.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But is that something that's common then? Obviously, it's something that I don't do. I do not endorse this, by the way, and I'd just like to go on record and say, like I said, that if you watch my channel, you watch my reactions, every reaction is 100% genuine. I do not know what's going to happen when I watch them. They are first time uncut for the most part, unless I have to edit something out to get past their copyright claim for my reaction. So I don't know what's coming. Sometimes that served me for better and for worse. Because sometimes I go into songs, obviously not. I like going into there fresh, completely fresh, not knowing, and stuff like that. I have a bit of an issue with reactors who go into songs like Babymetal a little bit sometimes, and a little bit like Nightwish, where they know what's coming. Like they've done the research. They know the song, or if the song has a special meaning. Like they'll know about that special meaning before they go into it, which I kind of feel like kind of takes the shine off it, because I like listen to that song the first time and make my own opinion and just have an outright reaction, and then it
ordinarily I'd agree, but not if the song has a special meaning. If you're going to show somebody Hilla Wisteria, they need to know what Hilla Wisteria is about.
Yeah.
If you're going to show them Over the Future, you need to tell them the story of Over the Future and how it came, and we idolizing Karen girls and all that. So some of them you have to give them the backstory.
Yeah. So I've come under
or Starlight. Yeah, you probably put Starlight in that same category.
Yeah.
I don't think Starlight's anything special. It's not a tribute to anybody, although the fans seem to think it is.
It's I guess the general consensus is, whether it's right or wrong, it's a tribute to Mikio. So.
I mean, Sue says it reminds her of the stars in the New Zealand sky when she was on holiday, and she said that she likes to think how Yui would be dancing to it. Nobody has ever mentioned it being a tribute to Mikio.
I know, but I guess that's the fan delusion.
Maybe fans just want it to be.
We should have.
I think we want it to be. I think we love Mikio
for earlier, because I'm too tired to discuss this. But I have a lot to say about this.
So, go on. As we're getting on this, because actually, I said we wouldn't be doing the first ever 3-hour podcast, and we are 10 minutes away from it being.
Come on,
another 3-hour podcast.
We can speak for 10 more minutes. Let's get to 3 anyway.
I'll see if there's any more questions from chat, and then we'll end.
Hold on. Let Demon say what he has to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I want to hear this.
We want to hear Demon's view on this.
On Starlight, right? Is it a tribute to Mikio or not?
Go ahead.
I mean, it's obvious, right? Why would they need to officially say, "Oh yeah, right, it's tribute to Mikio"? If they did that, it would be like almost insensitive. I mean, almost it wouldn't make sense for them to say it officially. Like, you just have to know it.
Say it officially.
Yeah, they wouldn't. It's not
do you think it is a tribute to Mikio then, or?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it is but low key. It's not. They're just not pushing it too much.
Subtle.
It's subtle. Japanese way of subtle. It's just. It is, but we won't tell this. That's what I think.
It's very
I
Japanese,
I believe that grass is purple and the sky is green. It doesn't make it true.
That's why I said we. That's why I said
this
we.
Is why I love Loon. This is why I wanted Loon to be on. Because
we should have talked about it earlier.
Because the craziest things.
No, but I see his point, but to me it is a tribute, and maybe.
I mean, to me, going into a reactor and saying, "Oh, this song, it's a tribute to their guitarist who died in the end of 2017," and all that, is akin to saying Sue learns how to sing while she's running on a treadmill.
No, it's not the same. It's
Oh my god,
It's-
this
like
is too much.
come on, man. That analogy doesn't make sense, right?
No,
You know it. You know it.
not at all.
Ghost says the Mikhail tribute. Oh god, my chat just zoomed up.
Shout out to Ghost, man. I love Ghost.
Would be Shine. It says the guitar Moa played. I love how he played. I love how he's got his extra commas over that. In Legend M was the same model of guitar that Mikhail owned. Rumors say it was his guitar.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah, I mean, like Babymetal have done that. Like Omura absolutely loves Mikio, and any chance he gets, he pays tribute to Mikio. He wasn't just his bandmate; he was his dear friend.
Well, he's got his sticker on his guitar. If you look at his Pink Chan,
I think he's played Mikio's guitar on stage, like on the anniversary of his death, and on his birthday, he tweets, and if people say positive things, he likes it. He puts a like on it. You can really tell that he loved Mikio dearly, and he misses him so much.
Kane's got a good comment here. He goes, the kame are nameless, so that's why they don't say it's a tribute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like when Mikio passed, they didn't actually say his name. They didn't say Mikio Fujioka. They said the little god, which is kind of his nickname. So they mentioned him, but they didn't mention him. You know, so I think maybe that's what Starlight is. It's a tribute without them saying it's a tribute. It's like a subtle tribute, because I think a lot of people think that because like Mikio was into like astrology or astronomy. What's the one with the stars?
Oh, that's how that's how he died, wasn't it? He fell off a observation platform.
That's what was said. Yeah, that he was doing like stargazing and observing the stars, and he had a terrible accident and fell. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why
Yui's on record saying that she likes to go stargazing as well. So why is it not a tribute to Yui?
That's why people also attribute, like, that's one of the reasons why people also attribute the Starlight to be a tribute to
I don't think
Yui
it has nothing to do with Yui, honestly. I think it's
more likely to be a tribute to Yui than it is to be a tribute to their unnamed guitarist.
Yui didn't pass away. She's still alive and living in Japan. So I don't think you need a tribute song to.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you know the timing. So
Ghost come up with a good point. He goes, Starlight was written before he died. Shine came after.
Yes, so. I mean, they said what is written.
That's not necessarily true. They played the music to Shine at Legend M. At Legend S. Sorry. And that was Mikio's last show. So Shine existed before he passed. Maybe not a completed version of Shine. Maybe not with all of the lyrics, but definitely the music was there.
Oh, Bot's in the chat. Bot, I got a question for you. We got an Ayami question for you. Ayami, back in the day, she was the front runner, wasn't she, for the original Babymetal? I think we had rumors of her handing or saying that she didn't want the spot and giving it to Sue, or endorsing Sue to be the lead singer of the original Babymetal, or the early project of what Babymetal was. Can you confirm that? We were talking about it before, and I'm sure I've heard that been said that Ayami was lined up as the original Sue at one point. It didn't happen, but I'm sure it was. So, I'm sure if there's a person that knows, I said it would be Bot. So I'll wait for him to reply as we talk. So.
Does a Ghost have any more questions? He seems to be a good guy for the questions.
Yeah. Jamie says, no, and Babymetal take care of the room. Mikio was a big part of it. Dedicating a song to him is 100% something they would do. I agree with that.
Yeah.
They hadn't really had many songs to avert songs as overtly about death before that.
Yeah, it could have just been like a simple song that they had a core understanding of a song, and they just decided to make it like in a minor chord, and have lyrics that talk about something different than they had intended to. I mean,
Yeah, like
you could say it was written before, but like the core, and they just changed it, and they just took a
yeah,
song that they had before and they made it into a tribute. Doesn't
yeah. And
doesn't
like
matter
look
that
at
it was written before. Doesn't
if you
matter.
look at the lyrics, like wherever you are, we'll be with you. We'll never forget. We'll
I-
never forget you. Like it
Also
sounds like they're
applies to
talking about
you.
someone who has passed on, and like who else could that be other than Mikio?
Like,
You
did
know?
they
I feel-
ever do something like that before?
No,
Right?
never.
I'm really feeling for Loon here because Paul wanted Loon on to help him defend him against Demon, and now he's ganging up with Demon to pick on poor Loon.
That was my plan all along.
So yeah, that did not go how I expected it to.
Are you
No, but
sure bots in chat?
Loon wanted me to have my say about this. I
Go
didn't
ahead.
want to. So
So go on, Loon. You want to say something then?
sorry, I interrupted.
No, I was just saying, are you sure bots in chat? Because he's never answered you.
Yeah, no, he is. He popped up. He got tagged.
He was there.
He was there.
He was probably in bed because it's like 8 a.m. there.
Yeah, it is early there. So where he is, so he might be doing other things. So he might not be here. But he is
in
here.
Japan, it's nearly 8 a.m. in Japan.
Yeah, he's probably just waking up, getting ready for work or whatever he's doing.
From fuck.
He's from
Somewhere
fuck.
in
Where's
East
that?
Fuck. Where is it?
Oh, there we go.
He's there.
He's there. He
There he is.
says the internet's pretty bad. So, but will have to comment on the YouTube video. So I'm sure he will. He always does. Well, that question that we asked. I know there was a good question here somebody asked as well that I wanted to pick out, and my chat's going up so freaking fast. I'm losing questions.
It's from the Philippines, right? Sorry.
Somebody said before, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said, do you reckon the next album will be a Babymetal myth, as they like to, Babymetal do like to subtly tease things. It was
Could be.
Oh, there we go. It was from Diego. Goes, do you think the next album could be called Metal Myth? Babymetal will have a habit of teasing futures things in plain sight.
Yeah, well, they said like that a legend becomes a myth, and a myth becomes a living legend.
That makes sense, right?
So you could have like metal myth, and then maybe
Metal
legend or something like that. I don't know. I think it'll be Metal something though. I think they'll stay with that theme. Like you have Metal Resistance, Metal Galaxy. Yeah, maybe Metal Myth.
No, Metal Myth doesn't sound good, but Metal Legend maybe.
Metal Legend, yeah, maybe.
I feel like that's too much like Metal Galaxy, Legend, Metal Galaxy and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe.
But Metal Myth doesn't sound good to me. Like I don't know, it doesn't ring right to me. Metal Legend, I can go behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Metal Legend.
It goes with all epicness of metal, and it's the last chapter in Metal Legend.
Yeah.
The Metal Gods. Or
Metal
metal Universe. Bigger.
Yeah.
Think...
Well, what comes after Galaxy in the universe?
Yeah, the Metal Universe.
Metal Universe. And then Metal Multiverse. And
Multiverse, yeah. And then we can start. It'll be like a whole Dragon Ball Z thing. We'll start off from Earth, then it goes to the universe. Then we're going to go through multiverses.
Metal Big Bang.
Metal Big Bang. Metal Legend. People coming up with their own names now. I'd be okay with Metal Myth. Metal Dimensions. That's quite nice. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that as well. So Cobra's watching this podcast like.
nice. Yeah.
Metal Dimensions.
Hopefully it is.
Take the mask off the Cammy, please.
Yeah, I also apologize to everybody watching this on YouTube yet again. I did turn around at the beginning and say this wouldn't be a 3-hour podcast. Demon said he would only
We did it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Good discussion.
We've done it, but I will be, like I said, we'll be coming to an end pretty soon in the next probably 10-15 minutes while for Demon, because I know he said he's got stuff to do. Ghost has come up with the best album name ever. He says it's going to be called Metal Socks and Pet Collars.
Oh yeah.
Did anybody buy them? By the way, I have yet to meet a person who bought the collar or the bowl.
Paul
Or,
did.
No.
or the huge,
I know
or the
people who
huge
bought them,
ashtray.
but I didn't myself.
So, Loon, you bought something from that selection, didn't you? What did you pick up? Was it the masks or something that you picked up?
Oh, I can't afford Babymetal merchandise.
Oh, did you not buy? Who was it that bought
Oh.
something? Somebody bought something from that one. Talking about Babymetal merch, though, they've just released obviously some new merch the other day. There's a particular shirt that I really like the look of, which is
one?
The one with the fox, the colt.
Oh yeah,
With the colt,
I bought that.
with the fox looking over.
Yeah,
I've been really
that's really cool.
I get paid next week, and I just hope I probably out of luck not picking one up. But
Sorry, Neon, but that T-shirt is the one only.
is it? No!
Yeah.
Paul, can you order me a T-shirt, please? I'll pay you. I want that shirt. I want that shirt. So somebody, if somebody's willing to order me that shirt, I will pay for it. Just let me know. DM me seriously. I want that shirt. I want that shirt.
Yeah. I'll see if it's still available, but yeah. There's going to be a hefty shipping.
There's going to be a hefty shipping. Oh, I know. I'm prepared to pay it. I want that shirt. I seen it and I was like, I want it.
I'll have a look. I'll have a look for you.
My wallet literally ran out when I looked at the prices for the new merch. Oh damn. I like the baby on the da sellout. So it's so bad you can adapt Babymetal babies. Yeah, what did we think about that as well? We had Cobra holding a baby that obviously didn't want to be there.
Funny. I thought it was funny. It was kind of cute and funny.
I was watching it. I was giggling away. I just couldn't take that whole whole bit seriously.
It was fun.
It was great. Loon, that was a rumor, I think. Staff wants Ayami, but Cobra wants Sue because Sue has a powerful voice.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So
so that's what I thought.
Amuse was like, yeah, Ayami's she was the lead girl for Karen's Girls.
Yeah. So that's it. Sorry, I came out a little bit wrong there. Yeah. So it was originally planned that Amuse wanted Ayami, but I think Cobra fought for Sue.
He did say it was a rumor, though.
Yeah, and it was a rumor.
I think Koba he was inspired by Suzuka when he saw her sing, and he saw the uniqueness and kind of power in her voice. He knew straight away that this is the girl that I need to bring my vision to light and to lead Babymetal forward. And through SG, then they introduced Yui and Moa, and they brought all the elements together, and that was Babymetal. Oh yeah, he
definitely made the better decision, I think. There,
absolutely.
Props to him. I think it makes more sense with Sue as well, just because of her background of her dad and stuff as well. Which is still something I need to do. Let me know in chat if somebody would like to see that. I've yet to listen to Sue's dad's band. I know somebody requested that a while back. I've yet to do it. So if anybody would like to see Sue's dad's band on the channel for a reaction or something like that, let me know. It's something I could look into.
I thought that because when you first said that about Ayami being originally supposed to be Sue, shall we say, that just didn't register in my head as being something that could be real,
No problem. Loon said he's having a few problems, so he is going to call it for the call tonight. So I think that's a perfect time to call it, just in general, to be honest. We've got past that 3 hour mark. If by 3 minutes or whatever.
We did it.
We did it. Yeah.
It was fun. I had a good time. I enjoyed talking to you guys and hearing your opinions, and I think it was definitely good.
Yeah, like I said,
I enjoyed it.
So everybody in chat, like I said, I just want to say again, if you maybe skip through half the podcast and come into and watching the end, and didn't get the beginning message, again, this was a podcast that was done in under 48 hours. There's no research or anything like that done for this particular episode. It is more just an opinion-based subject that I wanted to bring up and wanted to talk about. Obviously, it was a good idea because we've spoken almost 3 hours about it, and as well as various things as well. Again, I just want to say the same thing I said at the beginning of the video. It doesn't matter how you see baby metal in the future. It doesn't matter what your direction you think they should go in. At the end of the day, we all love baby metal. So don't, please, if you're watching this on YouTube at the minute as well, if you comment in, just respect other people's opinions as well. You know, it's a bit of fun at the end of the day. No one's being completely serious about it. Remember, like I said at the beginning, no bullying forever. Okay.
Come at me.
Demon loves the comments.
Sure, I'll debate them. YouTube comments, I'm ready.
Loon's gobbing off in chat now. He's like, respect my authority, respect my opinion. So with that being said, guys, yes, is Baby Metal Tube live at the minute? Is it live? I can't quite obviously say. Let me
check.
Somebody check for us.
I don't know. So I just want to thank you guys.
Yeah, it is.
It's been really cool to listen to your guys' opinions and to share mine, and thanks for the 3 hours of good conversation.
Always,
and
always. I love it.
Thanks to everyone in chat and people who put in questions. Thank you, everyone. And Loon.
Yeah, same.
I'm not forgetting you, man.
And for Loon as well. Yeah, thank you for everybody for my guests. Thank you for coming back, Demon. Thank you for coming back, Paul, as always. Thank you for Loon as well. I do apologize again for the technical problems. Sometimes it happens, but I hope you guys in Twitch have enjoyed tonight's podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube as well, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Like as well, comment. It really helps me out. Lets me know that you guys like the podcast as well, which as long as you guys keep coming, as long as you guys keep liking it, and as long as you guys like everybody, my guests coming on, I will keep doing it. As long as I've got an audience for it and I love doing it, which I do, we'll keep going. So we'll get the podcast into double figures. Don't worry. And with YouTube, so which is already on the way. So
right.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.
See you.
Up.
See you.
Bye bye.
Let's see if Quartz presses the button. There we go. It's done. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, guys. It was fun. It was actually fun.
See you.
It's always a bunch of fun having guys on. So yeah, it's just it's one of those. It's crazy. It's like Demon said 2 hours, and I was like, yeah, 2 hours is all right. We're only going to talk
Oh
about.
my
probably...
god! Yeah, I knew it was gonna be 3, man. I just knew it.
I say this every time. I can't remember.
That's why I said 2 hours. Like they're not gonna go to 3 hours. Maybe it's 2:30. I actually still did 3 hours. So next time I'm gonna say 1 hour. Just to be sure.
Just to be sure. Cap said not Cap. Sorry. Kev from Baby Metal Podcast, he said the exact same thing. He goes, "How long's your podcast?" I say, "Well, usually they average about 3.5 hours." And he goes, "What?" and I turned around to him and said, "Look, if you want to leave during the podcast," I said, "you're more than welcome." I said, because I know you're not probably got other things to do, and I know you're not. My podcasts can last a while. They tend to go on. And he was like, "All right, I'll leave. I'll probably stay for an hour or something like that." Yeah, he stayed the full 3 hours?
Everyone says that, but they stay.
But they stay.
Kev said he would leave. Like Kev said he would leave, and then he stayed the whole time. Like Cap said he would only come on for like an hour and then leave, but he was there until the very end. So I think people enjoy it and they just want to keep going. It's always a good chat.
It never feels like
it's always interesting because you're talking.
Yeah, you talk about things you love.
So you're talking to people that love the same thing you do, and it's like a mutual kind of you share a love for this. So it's nice to talk and
time flies when you're
like express your opinion and hear others and debate and talk and discuss. I really enjoy doing these, Yeah,
it never feels like 3 hours not to me anyway. Every
time flies, I feel.
Yeah, it does. It feels like we've been talking for like an hour, if that. And then I look at the time and I'm like, shit, fucking 2.5 hours have passed.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah,
so
man.
It was really fun talking to you guys. Paul, was fun to talk to you for the first time, for real.
Yeah, it's nice to put a face to the name.
Yeah.
No World
good
War
night,
III,
guys.
though. I'm disappointed.
Good night.
Take care, man.
See you guys. Have a good one.
You.
Oh. as always, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. So I had plans for what episode 8 was going to be, but like I said, the 48-hour thing, it just this episode just seems to have happened. So I've got plans for episode 8.
Yeah. I was just going to kind of say at the end. I think you kind of mentioned it yesterday, and I kind of feel myself that for the next one, anyways, that I'll give it a miss and watch it and let someone else come on, because I think I've done the last 3 now, and like I've enjoyed it, and I'll absolutely come back if you need me again. But I think it would be best for the podcast and for everyone, and kind of for me as well, to maybe just skip the next one.
Like I say, you get to enjoy it as well. Loon's the same. Loon likes coming on, but he likes watching it as well.
Yeah. So like that's what I kind of do. Maybe 2 or 3, and then like if obviously if you still want me to come on.
No, dude.
Then like watch one. So I kind of like to watch the next one, and then maybe you can have like different guests, and then maybe
I always like to rotate. Like
hop on for maybe come back for not the next one, but the one after that.
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, I've got the next one in mind planned. I'm already sort of planning ahead a little bit for the next one. Like this one just came out of the complete blue, and I just seen you two talking about it, and I was like, you know what, that would make such a good little episode.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can squeeze it in.
I'll watch the next one. I'll and then maybe the one after that. If you want me, if the people want me to come on.
But like I said, you're always welcome as well. Like if there's ever a subject you want to talk about, like don't be afraid to come to me if you think, oh Neil, there's this news, we should talk about it. Then let me know.
I always enjoy them, man. I always have a good time. As you said, the time flies. Like it feels like we only been talk for an hour, and then all of a sudden it's 3 hours.
3 hours are gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Babymetal is my favorite subject. I could literally talk about it all night. So I'm happy to come on at any time.
Yeah, man. I enjoy your one as well, man.
Might just give the next one a miss. That's all.
That's fine, man. That's fine. Like I said, I do tend to revolve. It's just pure circumstance that you've come on as much as you have. It wasn't planned.
Yeah. No, I've enjoyed it. I've literally enjoyed every moment. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I hope you enjoy the next couple or two when I do them, and I'll
watch the next one or two. I'll contribute in the comments. I'll ask some questions and see what it looks like from the other side, and
the other end.
Maybe come back on at some time in the near future. So
yeah, not a problem, man. Well, you go and enjoy your night, and thanks for popping on, dude. I appreciate it.
You too, man. Take care.
Take care, man.